Let's go. We back here again after like who knows how many months. But let's see. It's been a long ass time. There's been a good number of things going on, like from movies to video games to not even music. Music isn't like that anymore. But like movies, video games, and I guess that's it. Like, let's see. Let's start off with like the most recent shit going on. The Batman. What a crazy ass flick, man. Like, that's a movie that works our inner detective. The fuck you laughing at?
You fucking narrating this shit.
I'm not narrating. Narrating is on some like Angel sits down as he finally begins to speak about the movie known as The Batman.
The only good remark I have about the Batman is how the Riddler is oh no fucking make weird ass sounds. It's like the only thing I really remember deeply about the movie is the Riddler making weird sounds and looking like a cross between Call Me Carson and Bill Gates. looking like the love child of Bill Gates and Call Me Carson.
But right,
without being a child predator.
But right, let's get started on this.
Bro, you're not eating my stoner snacks. That's a half a bag. I know your fat ass can eat all of them.
I finished them before this episode, but that's not the point. We'll be like, anyways. Alright. Yeah, it's like a movie that works the living shit out of your inner detective. It's like Seven, or Prisoners, or, Mindhunter. It's gonna work the living shit out of your inner detective. And it's kind of like a psychological kind of thing. And, like, what is it?
Makes you think. There you go.
Yeah, I just said that. It works the living shit out of your inner detective. But, like, what is it? There's, like, so much. Like, this movie, there's, like,
it's
so many...
got a great score to start with that.
Yeah, it's got a great score, great cinematography by Greg Fraser, obviously.
I
gotta say, there were some certain scenes where that shit kicked in real good to the point I was tearing up, man. I was so close.
For example, the highway, without spoiling it, the highway scene.
Chase, man. Like, what the fuck?
The highway scene had a splash of The Dark Knight Rises in that one part.
Oh, yeah.
That one part I'm not going to specify.
But, like, I don't give a fuck, man. We talking about spoilers here all day
if
long.
you want to talk about that, go ahead.
But
I'm just looking deeply into Ben Affleck's Daredevil's eyes right now.
Right. What eyes? That dude's blind.
That movie's staring right back at me, though.
Anyways, right. And,
He's
like,
still got eyes, dumbass.
So what? He can't see you. Anyways, what is this thing? Like, and like Robert Pattinson in this movie is fucking awesome. Since like I don't even know what the last thing he was in. Tenet.
Yeah, maybe that's the last thing I saw him in. Tenet.
There was Tenet, and then there's like Good
That movie
Time.
sucked, by the way.
Tenet
was too confusing for casual viewers. It confused the fuck out of me. I wasn't invested.
But yeah, there was Tenet. He was also in like The Lighthouse, Good Time. Like he was in a bunch of shit. I know I won't be able to remember all of it. Oh yeah,
Twilight.
Devil All the Time. Like there's like he like delivers so much with everything he does. He's like shaping up to be like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like doesn't matter what movie he's in, he's gonna deliver like good.
There's a lot of actors that do that besides DiCaprio.
Yeah, you got like Tom Hardy, you got Al Pacino.
Tom Hardy gives it all, but it's not always a good performance.
Oh yes, it is, man.
Not all the time. He's got some stinkers of a movie.
Like what movie?
Mad Max.
Mad Max?
That's the only one that comes to mind is Mad. That
Dude,
movie's an absolute fucking stinker.
Everybody loved that movie. Even like the Mad Max fans.
I didn't like Mad Max. That movie was a stinker.
Twitter's gonna call you a sexist. He's going back to his old pastime, hating women.
Who's gonna call me what?
Twitter.
Call me a sexist.
He's going back to his old pastime, hating on women.
No, I can't even tell you a single thing that happened in that movie. That's how unmemorable it was for me. Besides Tom Hardy hanging on the back of a car and the dude putting spray paint in his mouth. Oh, look, a quarter in my pocket.
Correct. But yeah, it was pretty good overall. You know, I don't know what else to say because like it's so good. Like Gotham City is also way better than you'd think it is. Like they really put the goth in Gotham City. Like not even pun intended, but like dude, it's for real, man. Like it's so fucking dark. Most of the scenes are always in the nighttime.
It's dark, and a lot of it are places I recognize in Chicago too.
And like, dude, the movie's like 7. Like it's consistently raining like all the time. There's barely any scenes where it even rains.
It's not always raining, but it rains a lot.
No,
It's
that's what I'm saying.
a good
It always
80% of the time it is raining in the movie, though.
That's like way less. It's like 90% at least where it's raining, because it's like 7. Like the only
At
times
least
it
they give
doesn't
a good
rain,
atmosphere.
like the only times it didn't rain in 7 was when that one girl came up, the one who's played by Gwyneth Paltrow.
I haven't seen 7.
Oh, dude, 7's really good. You're gonna like it. If you like the Batman, you're gonna like 7. Like it's as simple as that. Only it doesn't have like Batman and everything. It's just like detectives, and they're played by
Well, of course it would have Batman.
Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. I can smell you.
I
Anyways,
still remember that original video that's from.
but right, yeah, it was good overall. And then like the week before that, I went to go watch Scream, which was a bit better than I thought it would be.
It's still my favorite one out of the entire franchise, next to the first one.
Although it's just a reskin from the original one. It's
I'm not going to
literally
get
a
into
reskin.
terminology of what it is because it's not exactly a reskin. I think it pulls heavy. It pulls heavy from the first one. Then again, so does every single other one pulls heavy from the first one. They try their best to, at least. This is the only one that I feel successfully pulled from the first one or pulled the right things from the first one.
I think the only reason it was successful is because it pulled
the only
from the first one.
No, the only way it was successful because they did it. They pulled the right things from the first one.
Yeah,
Instead
they
of,
pulled the right strings. Because then there's others that don't, and it's a total disaster.
That Scream. I don't want to talk about Scream 3. That movie's so ass.
3?
3 was just so fucking awful.
4 was like a victory lap.
Yeah, 4 was their victory lap. 4 was actually pretty decent. The show wasn't very good. Noah will say he likes the show, but meanwhile hasn't seen the show.
Oh.
He hasn't seen all of the show.
But like,
He's
yeah,
seen like the first season.
the whole 2 Scream things, the best friend and the interest, the love interest.
They copied it. They copied almost most of the shit from the first movie.
Yeah.
But then gave them a reason to why they're copying it.
Yeah, and the reason was...
That's the only bit I don't like about the movie is that...
Their motive.
I know it's already been out for a while, so I'll say it. It was pissed off fans. It was
pissed off fans. Like,
it was
what?
One of my favorite lines in the whole movie applies so much to stan fandoms in real life is how can fandom be
Toxism?
toxic? It's about love.
And like, here's the thing that like, dude, this is like saying that Treyarch or like Activision Studios will go out of their way to cause World War III and make a new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I bet you they're pissed right now about that whole like. Let's not
The
talk
peace
about that
talks.
thing.
The piece talks about the thing that shall not be named.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to like
No,
distract you from that.
That'll get your video pulled if you mention it.
It'll get my video pulled, and we're here to just distract you
I
from
think
that.
Dankula got his video pulled just mentioning it.
It's
I haven't been
Dankula.
watching his videos. Huh?
It's Dankula. He's gonna get any video pulled, man.
Yeah, because if he's not being naked in the video,
But right.
that's his number. That's not his YouTube. That's his fucking Instagram.
But yeah, man.
Instagram, Snapchat.
Overall, it was actually good. Ghostface was pretty cool.
There only another gripe with it is Wes's death was lame as fuck.
No. Wes's death was the worst thing ever. Because, what is it?
Because how are you gonna reference Psycho, show it all off, tease that, and then not do anything related to Psycho?
Yeah, you tease Psycho and you don't let it happen.
For reference, he was in the shower and
Ghostface
whoever the
is
fuck was in the suit, I think it was.
It was.
No, it's confirmed that all the kills were done by Amber. Richie didn't get a single kill.
Richie got the kill in the beginning, though, didn't he?
He didn't kill.
No, or like he
Tara.
tried to kill.
Yeah,
Tara.
he attacked. Yeah, he was attacking people. He just never got a single kill.
Yeah, and like
every actual kill was done by Amber.
But like, yeah, Amber's like, "Have you ever seen Psycho?" And you're just like,
yeah, and then it cuts right to him showering,
and you're
and
like,
it's like
you're
they're gonna
excited,
do a
but you're
Psycho
also
kill.
scared for the dude because you don't want him to die.
But it's like, oh, cool, we're gonna get a cool kill because he was the only like.
Like Wes was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was not the only innocent
chill.
one, but he was like the out of all the people in the group, he was like the nicest one.
Like he deserved at least a little bit more screen time despite him dying.
Because all his screen time was his friends were pretty much making fun of him.
They were making fun of him, being like, "Aren't you?"
That's the only reason I thought was he the killer because he was always getting made fun of, and I thought like he was gonna do like the whole school shooter, but he was gonna be done with everything.
Like I already saw who was the killer before I even watched the movie.
Because
I only saw that it was Amber, but like I didn't know the other one was I didn't know there was 2. I didn't know it was Richie. But I'm still trying to go in there with a mindset where like, okay, what if I was just watching this the first time? As soon as Richie said he wanted to go along and see how Tara was doing, I'm like, he would have definitely been the killer. And I'm like, okay, so he was the killer. Never mind.
Richie was like
funny.
He was funny. He was funny in the movie because He's the only one that didn't take it seriously. Like he was trying really hard to make himself not suspicious.
Yeah, it's like the first time we see Jack Quaid in like anything for a while.
Besides, last time I saw him was Boys season 2.
And then like he was before that he was like in Logan Lucky.
That's the only other thing I've seen him in is Logan Lucky. And
He
Boys.
also I think the only reason his parents are famous as fuck though.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid's parents, yeah, they would have really paved out a good way for him on like Hollywood, but like he wanted to make it on his own.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
how
good
he ended
man.
up being in the Hunger Games as the dude who killed that one girl Rue from like District 12.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't remember anything about the Hunger Games.
Oh, you remember that one girl who got killed?
You have to be a little more specific than that. I know a lot of people got killed in that movie.
Oh, there's only one little girl in the movie. Who
Oh,
was
you
killed.
said little girl. You didn't say little girl.
Oh well, there's like the little girl in the movie who got killed. She got like a knife thrown at her.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Jack was the one who threw the knife at
Jack
her.
Quaid.
Yes, and then he got
Wasn't
shot
he also-
afterwards.
Wasn't he also hiding in a tree in the movie, or is it someone else?
I don't even remember, but like yeah, like he was in that movie and everything, and like now he's being casted for Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which Jesus Christ, everyone is in it. Like who isn't in it?
Me.
Like I'm gonna get casted tomorrow morning, bro. You have Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, Jack Quaid, Florence Pugh.
I still called her
Cillian
Puh
Murphy.
on accident.
Huh?
I never end up. I always end up calling her Puh instead of Pew. I don't know why I
Cillian
pronounce
Murphy. Who else,
Fucking
man?
Scarecrow.
Let me see. I'm gonna just that's Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me
Scarecrow.
just look up
While you're doing that.
Oppenheimer cast.
Back on the topic of Scream. It's like I was just very surprised. Like, not even a few weeks after the movie had already released on theaters, they confirmed a sequel for it. And this is why I'm very much disapproving of it, because like you don't.
Whoa!
I get the whole bit of the franchise is always got to be a sequel. This
Like,
that.
honestly, I think that's some movies work like that, and usually it goes well. I feel
Like,
like
that
this
was
will go
supposed to be
well,
a
too.
joke in the first Scream movie. That was a joke on the first Scream movie. He's like, always got to have a sequel.
But right, here's the thing. Okay, so here's the fucking.
I just don't know what the. I guess killing the people from the last movie or something like that.
Speaking of kill, here's the fucking cast: Cillian Murphy, Florence Pugh, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., Rami Malek, Josh Hartnett, Safdie brothers. We have Dane DeHaan, Matt Damon, Jack Quaid, Kenneth Branagh, Michael Angarano, Dylan Arnold, Matthew Modine, that one guy who plays Han Solo in that Solo movie, Alden.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know his last name because it's so difficult to read. David Krumholtz and the one and only Benny Safdie. That guy's pretty cool. I
I
will
don't
say.
know who half that list is.
Okay, well, most of these people are pretty good people. They're really good actors. They have their own kind of platforms. But Benny Safdie, that guy's starting to be in a lot more. He and his brother are like the writers and the directors of Good Time and Uncut Gems, which are mostly recognized by them.
I'm a little upset that you didn't, when you talked about the Batman, you didn't mention the Scarecrow copies. Not Scarecrow, why did I say Scarecrow? Riddler copies. Guys that all dressed up like him.
Oh yeah, that was cool. The goons just all being dressed up as The Riddler?
That was
pretty
cool. That was a moment that went raw in the
Paul
movie.
Dano had a difficult time breathing in that shit though. Looks like it.
Yeah, the way he's always breathing in the scenes. That wasn't. That's not even just probably script.
He
It's
was
just
so close to just being.
he had a
Darth Vader
heavy
right
ass mask. That apparently that was a heavy ass mask too.
You're
It looked heavy.
there. You were so close to looking like Darth Vader, my man.
That was also like a winter suit too. Like
Yeah.
from the comments that were on the video that he posted where he told them all like to join up with him.
Yeah.
That was like a winter ass suit. So I don't. Yeah, good on them for making that.
Yeah, but
accurate,
dude,
I
now
guess.
that we're speaking about horror movies, dude, did you...
I have not seen the Texas Chainsaw movie. No, I will not be
Oh
watching
my
it. Is that what you're
God.
talking about?
Yes, man. I thought
I will
Texas
not be
Chainsaw
watching it.
3D was like... I didn't think of it as bad. Like, it could have definitely been better. But, oh my god, this movie, the Texas
is
Chainsaw
ass.
Massacre is complete... It's a massacre towards anyone, man. Like, I hear people just say, like,
anything, you're canceled.
like, there's, like, no. Like, there's, like, people who, like, say, oh, you know, I only like it for the kills, or this, and that. Like, as much as it may be cool to get some good kills in the movie, that's not gonna save it from, like, being bad, man.
Yeah.
It definitely had bad writing,
Yeah.
dude. It had bad writing. Somebody was like, just admit it, it has bad writing. I'm like, I've always been saying it has bad writing, but, like,
Never once said it had good writing.
Jesus Christ, man. Like Marilyn Burns is unfortunately dead. So is Gunnar Hansen. So obviously they didn't come back. Thank God, because they just saved themselves from a very terrible movie. Like, here's the thing. It was a very normal weekend, the weekend it came out. And I'm scrolling through my, Netflix looking for something to watch. Because I finished Leon the Professional.
That was a good movie.
Dude, I loved it. That was really good.
I don't remember a lot of what happened in the movie, but I remember
Natalie
when I watched it with my dad, I
Yeah.
pretty much enjoyed it.
Natalie Portman was funny.
I haven't seen her outside of Star Wars, or I don't remember her outside of anything but Star Wars.
She was in Thor. She's in that one
Yeah.
movie right there, Black Swan. Like, that's probably
Yeah,
one
as
of
I
her.
say, like, I know she's been in a lot of stuff that I've seen. I just don't remember
That's
her.
probably one of
in
her most
anything.
best and recognized movies besides Leon the Professional and like the Star Wars trilogy. But right,
That's not her
Um,
best. That fucking Star Wars killed her career.
no, it didn't.
No, it did. No one wanted to hire her after Star Wars.
Oh, God, no. You see where she's at today?
No, like after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but no. This isn't like her best work. This is her most recognized work. Unfortunately, some people only recognize things for like their most recognized work, not their best work. Cause that would be a whole different thing, man. But right, so I'm scrolling through and I'm like, should I watch this yet? And I see that it's only an hour and 20 minutes. I was like, that's really short, but I guess I'll go for it. Cause usually I always have moments like that where I'll go through and like say I'm gonna consider watching this movie. Like I'm considering to watch. I've already considered and told myself I'm gonna watch Fast and Furious 9, but I still haven't gotten around to it. Like I was like, what is it? I was in the library and I was looking for movies to check out, and I see the new Fast and Furious movie right there, and I grab it and I'm like, I walk around with it and I'm like, nah, not today. So I put it down and I go on about my day and continue to check out different movies. And so then, what is it? So yeah, that's what made me watch the movie. And, you know, after I start watching it, it was really, really strange. Because it's like, it's filled with a bunch of teenagers. There's an asshole teenager who, like, unfortunately in the very first look / screenshot of the movie, along with her sister, would dress like it was the fucking 70s, so you couldn't even tell what year it was. Like there's two people dressed like old people, and there's the other two people dressed like modern day people. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? What year is this movie? But yeah, there's an asshole sister, there's an asshole teenager, a sister who was some school shooter survivor, who, I forgot her name, but I know that she was in the movie, the 8th grade from the A24 studios. Let me see, 8th grade, yeah. Let me see, 8th grade, back in 2018. What's her name? Elsie Fisher. Yeah, she plays as the new main character of this movie, who is apparently a school shooter survivor. And I hate to say it, why is that even a thing? Why is she a school shooter survivor? That almost has nothing to do with the entire thing. And I kind of went on about that. I was like, you know, I didn't say any point about the school shooter survivor thing. And what is it? And the people are like, well, I mean, she conquered her fears. I'm like, a guy running with a chainsaw is a whole lot different from a school shooter. Like, there's a big difference, man. But, you know, it just, I don't know. I didn't feel like it worked. And, like, the characters, none of them were even likable. Most people were saying I hated the characters, and at that point, I was literally rooting for Leatherface, this, and that. And I was like, the only character that was... I feel like the only character that was likable in that movie was Richter. From, like, the guys who just watched the movie to, like, girls who were crushing on him and going on about him. Like, I actually saw people, like there was, like, chicks posting him and going on about, like, him and whatnot. I'll say, Richter was pretty cool. He looked like some kind of Second Amendment obsessed guy. He had like, a fucking assault rifle. He had a big-ass truck. He was one of those dudes who will, like, do the diesel smoke thing.
Oh, so he's from the South.
No, they're in Texas, but it seemed like
he's
it.
from the South, yeah.
He lived in that abandoned town, along with, like, Leatherface and that one
So,
lady.
he lives in Texas. He has a big-ass diesel truck and has a rifle. That is the normal for Texas.
No.
That is 9 out of 10.
Okay, but he didn't have his rifle with him. He had it back in his garage, but he did have a pistol.
That is average open carry. That is average for every Texas. I know 3 people who live in Texas that live like that.
Yeah, but he's and like
they open carry down
and
there.
So
they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that was the only likable character, and the deaths in this movie were completely fucking meaningless. Like, everybody was like, "Well, it's just you're like it's a slasher. The deaths are supposed to be like that." I'm like, "Yeah, but like." You're missing the point.
If you're designing your character well enough,
You're
fans will feel anything, whether that be funny, this, that.
Like,
they'll at least feel something for
like,
death other than ooh, cool chainsaw.
Yeah,
kill.
here's the thing. There's no character development. I'll tell you that. But you're spending a good amount of screen time with these characters,
You should feel a little something.
and you're like, okay, you know, I think this person's gonna do something, or he's gonna become something. Like, Richter was the only other person who had the most screen time besides the two main characters, and he dies like he was just a random pedestrian, like, in the bus. Like, what the fuck? The supposedly Sally Hawkins, is that her name? I think it was. Sally,
I didn't watch
the older
Six
Sally,
Sense.
they literally Halloween her ass.
What do you mean?
Like, she's like Laurie in the Halloween movie. Like, she now just spends her time obsessing over blood or some shit. Or just like doing her own thing. Like, she's a butcher. And she's told, like, hey, she's told by a cop friend, hey, it's happening again. And she's all like, I've been waiting nearly 40 to 50 years for this. And the next thing you know, she comes in, and she literally had fucking Leatherface at gunpoint right then and there. And she's all like, turn around. She's like, I want to see your face when you die. And like, he didn't even know her. They literally did it like fucking Infinity War. Or like Endgame. He's like, you took everything from me. He's like, I don't even know who you are. That's literally what it was. He walked past her, and that was the end of it. And it wasn't until she started shooting him in the shoulder with a fucking shotgun. She had a fucking shotgun. She shot him in the shoulder, and it was like he only got shot with like a pea shooter 9000. It was the most infuriating shit ever. And then, movie progresses a little bit, a few minutes more, and the girls take the shotgun, and they're given the slug, or whatever the fuck. I don't know what kind of shell it was. It was a white shell. So I'm like, okay, that's gotta be
That is
something.
magnesium.
Whatever the hell that is.
It's incendiary.
Yeah. And they
that's
shoot.
That's what it was in Terminator Genesis.
They try to shoot Leatherface, and no, it doesn't happen. So you're like,
What doesn't happen?
all hope's lost. They missed the shot.
Bruh.
And then, the older sister of the school shooter survivor grabs the fucking chainsaw and like uppercuts like Leatherface with it.
Oh,
and you,
MKX.
Kind of. Like, it kind of
like
like,
a shittier
watch,
MKX.
it scratches him like right in the chest and kind of like hits him in the neck. It's kind of like an uppercut thing, and he falls backwards into like this kind of like weird water thing. There's like a flooded basement, and he falls in there because there's like a broken floor in that floor that they were in. And then I'm like, bro, you need to kill confirm. I fucking hate this.
That's what Dewey tried doing in Scream, and he got fucked up because of it.
Yeah.
He's like, you gotta shoot him in the head, or they always come back. He's like, who cares? I do.
You see, be like Dewey.
But just don't get fucked up and get distracted by a phone call.
Yeah. Either way, be like Dewey. Kill confirm, man. Kill
Until you
fucking
get
confirm.
Fucking gutted.
And here's the thing, they didn't do it. So the next morning, they're leaving and they put the coordinates of their home on the Tesla. And I don't know why that car was
Tesla.
Yes, man, it was auto driving. Okay,
Bruh.
wait a minute. Here's the thing.
Bruh.
I don't know why that car was driving so slow. It was driving like 5 miles per hour.
'Cause Tesla auto drives are shit.
And what happens is that Leatherface like literally just tears through the window of the car that they're sitting in, grabs the older sister, pulls her out, and decapitates her right then and there with the chainsaw, and the movie ends like that.
Bruh.
What the fuck?
I could tell that movie was made for fucking money. That was it.
Not even, man.
They just made it for fun, I guess.
I don't even know, man. Like, here's the worst part, too. I remembered in the very second episode, I think, of this podcast, I mentioned that the movie was going through reshoots after 3 months because it was bad enough.
Yeah, I think
What?
if it wasn't the podcast, I remember you telling me about it.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, The Mandalorian Season 2 is
You
doing
reshot
reshoots.
that shit,
Well,
and
The
it was still
Mandalorian
bad.
Season 2 is doing reshoots, and the show already fucking finished.
Like, dude, you reshot that, and it's still bad?
Which means it would have been worse.
I'm not even gonna complain
That is
about
the
it.
worst fucking thing I've ever done.
I'm not even gonna complain about it. It looks fine mostly. You just like went too big on the. It's fine. Just put it somewhere.
I didn't put it
Scrap
on
that.
over
Or just
here.
put it right there. Yeah, it's fine. Anyways, but yeah, dude. I wouldn't care if you see it. I'd say it's fine that you go watch it. You know, go see it for yourself. You know,
It's
obviously,
a movie you can watch and just turn your brain off for a bit, kill time, I guess.
It's not even that. Yeah, but like, yeah, I'd say the only reason I'd recommend it to someone to watch, or anything to watch, even if it's the worst movie ever, it's just so not a night told you so kind of thing, but just like
See for yourself.
see for yourself. You know, if you think it's that bad or you don't think it's that bad, you know, go ahead. You know, I'm not gonna stop you either way. But dude, it was just bad, man. It wasn't that good, and it wasn't that good. And like, what is it? But either way, enough about that. This year's been pretty exciting. It looks like it's gonna be just as exciting as last year for movies, man. With this year finally confirming the release of Killers of the Flower Moon, which is just about the book of like the Osage murders and whatnot.
Don't know anything about that.
Basically, in like
This is
around
your segment again.
yeah, but yeah, very short synopsis. It's basically like these murders going on with like around like an oil thing. I forgot what it was. I gotta look for the book. I know the summary's right there. But basically, there's a movie being made on it, and the budget is around like $200 million, and people are complaining about it for some weird reason.
With the budget?
For Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, like some people were like, "Why is it gotta cost so much? You know, why can't you just do CGI?" Like, dude, have you?
You want it done, you gotta do it right.
Like, you ever heard of a set design? But right, here's the synopsis of the book. In the 1920s, the richest people per capita in the world were members of the Osage Nation in Oklahoma. After oil was discovered beneath their land, they rode in chauffeured cars and lived in mansions. Then, one by one, the Osage began to be killed. Molly Burkert watched as her family became a prime target. Her relatives were shot and poisoned. Other Osage were also dying under mysterious circumstances, and many of those who investigated the crimes themselves were murdered. As the death toll rose, the case was taken up by the newly created FBI and its young secretive doctor, J. Edgar Hoover. Struggling to crack the mystery, Hoover turned to a former Texas Ranger named Tom White, who put together an undercover team including a Native American agent. They infiltrated the last remnant of the Wild West, and together the Osage began to expose one of the most chilling conspiracies in American history. That's what the movie's about, and it's supposed to be an Apple TV original, and I'm hoping to God it's not like The Tragedy of Macbeth. That was also an Apple TV original by the Coen brothers, who, if you don't know, have made The Big Lebowski and No Country for Old Men. Very recognizable movies. Most people obviously like them. But when that movie came out, it was on Apple TV. It still is right now, obviously, because it's an exclusive. But the nearest theater that was playing it was like an hour away from me. Even though there's like a theater that's like 10 minutes away, and there's an even better theater that's 28 minutes away-ish. Or no, 20 minutes away. So like that was my complaint, but like, dude, I'm actually hoping for this movie to be good. Or it is gonna be good. I'm just hoping it exceeds my my expectations. But there's people arguing about it, like, oh, same old movie this guy's make, so bland, so boring. And there's like,
Are you live reading tweets from a thread?
But yeah, there's like a good list of his movies: Wolf of Wall Street, Silence, Goodfellas, King of Comedy. Yeah, these are all Martin's movies: Wolf of Wall Street, Silence, Goodfellas.
I've only seen like a quarter of them.
The King of Comedy, Taxi Driver, Cape Fear, Shutter Island, and Hugo are all just same old movies, bland, boring. Why can't they be like the MCU? Exactly.
That's because the MCU isn't bland and boring, but it's a lot of cheesy action shit blows up and they talk for 30 minutes.
This is sarcasm. Like, if you already know this, Wolf of Wall Street and Silence are two different movies. Goodfellas, King of Comedy, Taxi Driver, Cape Fear, and everything. And the guy's like, exactly. All he makes is lame, boring Italian mafia war films starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Joe Pesci.
Alright, that part is actually true.
Dude, Al Pacino
they all star in his movies.
No. Al Pacino has never been in any of Martin Scorsese's movies. The first time he's ever worked for him was The Irishman. That was the first time he's ever worked for him. Like, only one of those is an Italian mafia movie. What? It's like, still, all the same generic movies with the same actors, no unique ability. It's like, yeah. It's like, that's 90% of Marvel movies, dog. It's like, nope, Marvel tells unique stories with excellent actors and storytelling. Nobody can do it better than Marvel. What's up?
No, I'll just read it off. I don't want to talk about that because it'll get your thing pulled.
Just send it to me. But yeah,
I don't want to get your thing pulled. But that's so fucking bogus.
But yeah, it's like, nope, Marvel tells unique stories with excellent actors and storytelling. Nobody can do it better than Marvel. And it's like, look, I love Marvel movies. Hell, I'm watching.
I can direct a better Marvel movie than Marvel.
He's like, look, I love Marvel movies. Hell, I'm watching Shang-Chi right now. But these movies are almost all the same, save stories that will never come anywhere close to Scorsese's films. And you're joking, right? Marvel is one of the best in Hollywood. They have outcrossed every movie ever made, including Martin. Even Eternals is more enjoyable than Scorsese. I hope this common sense helps you. Movie does not equal quantity. I like Eternals, but it's not more enjoyable than Martin's movies. More money means more people want to see it. Everyone wants Marvel. We can't deal without Scorsese. Okay, here's the thing. We're going to get off this whole topic about it right now. We're going to stop reading these live tweets. But, dude, why is it that people want to judge a movie because of its box office? Like,
Yeah, because I don't know like names, but I guarantee there's been movies I've seen that I've absolutely loved that were absolute shit in the box office.
Have you ever heard of the Shawshank Redemption?
Mm-hmm. My dad likes that movie.
That was the biggest flop in like. That was one of the biggest flops in like box offices.
No, my
man.
dad loves it. Actually, no. Was that my dad that likes the movie? I think it might have been my dad that likes the movie. I know some of my family likes the movie. It might have been my dad, my uncle.
Dude, there's so many movies that were hated when they first came out. A Clockwork Orange was hated. 2001 Space Odyssey was hated. The Big Lebowski was hated when it first came out.
Big Lebowski I actually like.
No, it was first hated when it came out.
Yeah,
though.
which I know I like Big Lebowski.
Yeah. Like, dude. It doesn't matter how much money a movie makes. That's what I hate so much. Like, you want to judge a movie because of its, just because it didn't make more than, like, a Marvel movie. Like, dude, I ain't gonna lie. Literally, Marvel Studios, like, literally re-released Endgame just to push their shit at the box office. I ain't gonna lie. They said that they were releasing a scene that was unfinished. Like, first off, why are you releasing a movie? Why are you releasing an unfinished movie? Second, they already did this with No Way Home. Like you're re-releasing it for, what is it? You're an extended version. Like, dude, I bet you it's only like 2 minutes of like unnecessary and like unnecessary dialogue or some shit. Like, they're pulling that Endgame move again.
Well, re-putting their movie back in the box office to make more money.
Yeah.
Just so it could beat Avatar, so they could
I don't
beat
even know,
a
man.
movie they already own.
Everybody's like, dude, and here's the thing. Everybody keeps saying that Avatar is mid. I keep hearing that all the time.
No. It's mixed opinions. I don't like Avatar as much as everyone else says.
Like,
I like it because I like some of the concepts of it and the thought of the movie. And I like Sam Worthington and James Cameron, but I don't like most of the movies.
Dude, they say that the fucking visuals of the movie aren't good either.
No, the visuals of the movie are amazing. It's absolutely astounding what they've made in that movie for that time at that time. I don't know when it came out.
The funniest thing they said was that the movie isn't even nominated for anything. I was like, dude, it was nominated for Best Picture, dude. You know the only
It's a good movie, but it's not like the end all movie that everyone says it is.
Yeah,
I don't like it that much.
It's a great movie, but like it's not like don't give it too much credit either. You know what did win the Best Picture for that year? Hurt Locker.
Military movie?
Yeah, Hurt Locker. This one won the Academy Award for Best Picture. The same year as Avatar. But yeah, like, dude, why do you want to judge a movie because of its box office? Why? Like, not everyone can go to the movie, but then again, I don't know. Like, and then like, what is it? Francis Ford Coppola. I know you've heard that name before. If you didn't, that's fine. He's a director.
I'm not good at the names, so.
The director of the Godfather trilogy, Apocalypse Now. Some of his best work, or was that?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways, he's had a good number of movies, and like he was going on about how like he doesn't like franchises and Marvel movies, and everyone was like, dude, someone tried pulling up some of his worst, like some of the movies that were rated low by Rotten Tomatoes, and there were only 3.
Which ones?
I don't even know what they were. I can't find that anymore. But it was replied by someone named as Francis Ford Gabagool saying there's only 3.
Francis Ford
Yes,
Gabagool.
dude. His name was Francis Ford Gabagool. I swear to you, bro. I'm going to go look for this now. He literally said,
God.
you're really trying to judge
Robert
this.
Pattinson had a party at Pete Davidson's Pebble Bar following the premiere of his latest film, Batman, where he reportedly just played Kanye West's music through the night, and then someone commented, Kanye gonna start his real Joker arc now. Kanye's weird.
Yeah.
Kanye's been running around with a Kim lookalike.
Wait, but here's the thing. Yeah, there used to be studio films. Now there are Marvel Pictures. One prototype movie that is made over and over again, and it's
Did I hear Goblin Girl?
different. Huh? No.
I heard the laugh from
But
the
yeah,
Goblin
that was
Girl
from
over
Francis Ford Coppola. You could take Dune, made by Denis Villeneuve, and No Time to Die, directed by Cary
God.
Fukunaga.
God, that
Talented,
movie sucks so bad.
Talented, beautiful artists. Take both those movies. I could go and pull out the same sequence out of both of them and put them together. But yeah, that's like somebody. Oh, okay, but like I'm not gonna go reading tweets like that. But like, dude, that's like. But yeah, like there's like just that thing where you keep like, you know. I don't know, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Franchises are fun, but like that's the only thing I hear about these days. Like, kids my age don't even watch movies anymore. Like, they're like, hey, what do you like to do? And I'm like, I like to watch movies, but like I try to just not talk about movies because like they don't have the same movie interests as me, or like they don't like movies, and if they do, They only watch like
Barbie the Hellboy.
They only watch Marvel movies, or they watch scary
Ow,
movies.
what the fuck is this?
They watch horror movies. They watch Marvel movies or franchise films. That is it. If I hear horror movies, it's nothing that I haven't already heard of. It's Scream or Halloween or Paranormal Activity. It's some shitty I mean those movies aren't shitty, but like
Pyramid Activity.
But like dude, like watch something else, man. Go watch I don't know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Go watch Hereditary. Go watch The Shining. Go watch like.
Those things aren't
Not
like
everyone thinks of those movies.
What's
when
not
you,
what?
like people don't watch those type of movies a lot.
No,
They
they like
What,
when you say
the
horror movie.
movies?
Yeah, when you say horror movie.
No, I watch horror movies. I'm not a horror guy. I'm a slasher guy. So I watch slasher films a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, but like here's the thing: when you ask people your age, okay,
What do you mean, you people?
look like people your age, do you ever hear them talking about movies?
Dude, I don't talk to anybody. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay,
for
but
this.
like no, but like if you ever hear people talking about movies, or like if you ever hear someone
It's
just
Marvel or DC or
Marvel or
this,
DC.
That. It's Euphoria.
say, or no,
Ah,
no,
yes. Let's watch it. Yes, Euphoria, a show where adults portray minors having sex in high school.
Yeah, and do
Yes.
drugs.
I can't
look,
talk about. I can't.
okay, here we're gonna.
I'm not gonna judge the show. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
We're
that's
gonna
what I
sidetrack
noticed.
here. I hate how there's certain shows like that, not because of like what's going on, like
Oh, it's
these
a perfect
shows.
segment.
These shows are actually good. They're actually good. They can actually have such good potential, but like they're just overshadowed by like that. People don't like it. Like A Clockwork Orange is actually a really good movie, but it's only like the only thing people recognize it for is like, oh, there's a 15-year-old who likes to go out and assault people and like give them the in out and whatnot. Like dude, like you really wanna
Speaking of what?
like what the fuck like you just want to overshadow it with that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man, it's terrible, but
Speaking of the shows, the Peacemaker show that just released. I know you haven't seen it. I still gotta watch it with you. I know you don't have HBO right now, and I keep playing random bits of the show around you without you seeing the full thing.
you keep telling me the one about the Shar-Pei. You told me about it
Yeah,
3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, because it's funny, and I'm a little monkey brain. But like that, right now is one of the best shows I've watched in recent times. Next to not like better than Breaking Bad, but like when I'm into a new show in its current time, that's the best one I've watched within recent times. Next to Breaking Bad and other shows. Like I was very surprised at the amount of DC stuff that's been impressing me lately. Batman, Peacemaker, not Justice League, Snyder Cut, then Suicide Squad. That's 4 DC movies that have impressed me in a long line of DC movies that absolutely left me disappointed. Like Aquaman had amazing visuals, but that movie was just so shit.
Dude,
And I don't want to watch the new one.
Dude.
That movie looked amazing though.
you know what I just remembered?
What?
You definitely know this person, okay? I don't know if
like real life or
No,
like
in real life.
just like a celebrity.
Oh no, it's a celebrity. You know the celebrity for sure.
You know a celebrity?
And like
I don't know about his name, so
okay, but like look, you know this name. You know this name. You know the celebrity. He was complaining about No Way Home being keyword snubbed from an Oscar for Best Picture. You know who that was?
snubbed for an Oscar Best Picture.
You know who that was?
I don't know.
Kevin fucking Smith. He was complaining about it.
He's complaining about what?
He was raving on the internet about how like the Oscars aren't good anymore and that they should show Spider-Man some more love because it wasn't
I didn't
nominated
remember
for
what
Best
was
Picture.
happening. Oh, No Way Home?
Yes, No Way Home. Yeah, it says here. It
I
says here.
wouldn't nominate No Way Home for Best Picture. The visuals weren't that stellar.
The
only
movie was
things that
being
come into mind.
patched while it was still out.
What?
The movie was being patched while it was still out.
What do you mean?
You know that scene where
The sky opens up and shit? What's on with that?
I don't know, where Toby like comes out of the portal and looks
Oh.
behind it? That was being patched. Apparently that was changed.
Yeah, there was a lot of reshoots in the movie. That's why I'm excited to see the behind the scenes stuff.
No, not reshoots. Like,
like
they're
changed.
patching like a bunch of the CGI sequences
Yeah,
in the movie.
yeah. Like they're re-editing it.
It says here, filmmaker Kevin Smith is the latest figure to call out 2022 Oscars for not including Spider-Man No Way Home amongst its Best Picture nominees. Quote, what the fuck? They got 10 slots, they can't give one to the biggest fucking movie of, like, the last 3 years. Unquote. I mean, it wasn't that good, but, like, dude, like, chill. Like, dude, chill, man. Like, the movie...
Kevin Smith ain't credible for shit nowadays. I make fun of that dude all the time. He's talking about, like, riding a bike and shit like that is so lame and too tiring. While he's out in public wearing 2 to 3 masks on his face, like, take them off and it'll be more easy to breathe.
Yeah, somebody's
Like,
like,
put them
Kevin.
on when you're around people.
Yeah, somebody retweeted that saying, Kevin, they were literally patching the movie during release. You know?
Like,
Oh,
yeah, that's a raving Marvel simp. Too,
oh
though,
no, they
so-
dirty for that. They dirty.
People call him like downgraded Robert Downey Jr. and I see it why. Like they pulled that joke in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh, they dirty for that, dude. They dirty
What?
for this.
What's he?
Somebody was like, can't blame him for not understanding the Oscars, seeing as he's never been invited to the ceremony.
That's true.
Ouch!
It's there.
That's
Tough
like the.
but true.
That's like the. I dare you to plead guilty. I dare you to
plead
get some bitches.
Ooh.
Ooh, I rest my case.
Rest these nuts, face. Ooh. I love the
Anyways,
video.
yeah, Spider-Man made more money than the 10 films nominated for Best Picture. You're good. You have the box office and fans. You don't need the Oscars. Honestly, nobody needs the Oscars anymore, man. Fuck the Oscars, man. They're not looking any better than the
Yo,
Grammys.
fuck Trey.
Dude, everyone's complaining about Denis Villeneuve
I
not
honestly don't give a shit about the Oscars or
Yeah.
the Grammys. I don't pay attention to them. I've never once watched them.
If it was the Grammys, I'd understand. The Oscars is like, it's like right there, man. The Oscars is
Huh?
good to
When
watch.
Beaches didn't win.
Oh, no, man.
When Beaches didn't win.
Speaking of this song, I was talking about. I was trying to figure out how to bring it up, but new releases. What I was talking about, Peacemaker. I've been absolutely stunned by these new releases. With let's go. I'm counting on my fingers. We got No Way Home, blew me away with just how much I've enjoyed it, not with what it was on screen. Peacemaker, Batman absolutely blew me out of the water. And the new releases that I expecting to blow me out, Moon Knight coming this month.
Mm-hmm.
What's today? Is today the 5th? Tomorrow, Multiverse of Madness. I forgot that was coming out tomorrow. I expect the stuff I've seen from the trailers, I expect blown out of the water.
Multiverse of Madness doesn't come out until like the summer.
It comes out tomorrow.
Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, Noah texted me something saying it was coming out tomorrow.
No, it's not. Look, a movie does not get released until Friday, and it is not premiered until Thursday.
The dumbass poster at the movie said March 6th.
No,
What's cool?
that movie is not
The
being
Doctor
released.
Strange movie.
Look, Multiverse of Madness, Multiverse of
this
Madness
motherfucker better not have sent me the wrong
is
thing.
not released
He sent me the wrong
until
thing.
May 6th.
Yeah, he sent me the wrong thing. He sent me something saying March 6th.
May 6th.
This dumb motherfucker.
May 6th, 2022. Anyways, yeah.
But there's new releases. What, Kenobi's in May to what?
I forgot about that.
What?
The whole Robert Rodriguez should never direct or touch Star Wars again. You know what we're talking about?
The stupid spin.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that spin, okay? It doesn't do me any difference.
I think it's stupid, but I don't care too much about it. Still.
Look,
I think it's just dumb to look at.
Everyone was all like, Robert Rodriguez should never direct another episode.
No, it's not even about the spin I care about. The entire episode was just shit.
I found it okay for
It
the
was
most part.
entertaining, I guess. It was the way the drinker describes it is it's we got new content. It's not good content, but it's content.
Like, what is it?
The Book of Boba Fett was something I was looking forward to for a very long time. Since it was announced in the end of season 2 of Mandalorian, I was so excited, and I was so utterly disappointed.
The second episode was probably my
good.
only favorite one.
They had some banger episodes.
The second
But the fact
episode was
they
the
had to
most
pull-
banger.
They had to pull 2 episodes out of season 3 of Mandalorian just to fit into the show because they kept butting heads on the creative end. They ruined it. I'm glad there's a season 2 coming because they can fix what they messed up on.
Hopefully.
But there were just bits of the show that didn't need to happen. Tamora Morrison, the actor for Boba Fett, was complaining he took his helmet off too much. He had too many lines, which I agree with. He talked too much and he showed his face too much. He was randomly pulling off his helmet, and there's a line talking about how being dead has its perks or something like that. Like when people think you're dead, whatever it was about him being dead, he wanted to remain dead, and then he's immediately going off telling people, "I am Boba Fett." Like, do you know who I am?
I forgot I had this whole thing here.
What?
Okay, so there's people going on about there was a biggest news ever when the director of Dune was snubbed for an Oscar. Because if there was anyone who's more obsessed with the movie, it's the director. He's been dreaming of making that movie since he was a kid. And somebody was like, Oscars as usual, and it's I'm something of a clown myself. And it was like, nah, they really snubbed him. Like, they put Shang-Chi and No Way Home in the VFX and instead of the Suicide Squad, Eternals. Dude, if there's any movie that really deserved an Oscar nomination for best VFX, it's the Snyder Cut. Like I know that movie was too long for you.
No, I didn't care about the length of it. I just didn't want to go through all of it in one sitting because I had shit to do.
But like, you can't tell me that the VFX in that movie was good.
When did you get a Blu-ray screen?
Long ago. Remember
I
when we
forgot
remember
about
when we
that.
bought the Valkyrie and the
Yeah, I remember
T2
that
and the
now.
thing?
Oh, no,
That was when we got it. But anyways, do you remember how good the graphics were, or like the VFX were in the
Snyder
Justice
Cut,
League?
yeah.
Like, dude, like just like I know I was talking about this the other day. Just that one part when Steppenwolf steps in the muddy puddle. What the fuck, man?
They just, it's over the top, not in a bad way. Just a lot of over the top stuff that gets a puddle.
Yeah.
They didn't need to do that much for a puddle. I mean, it's good that they're got that much dedication, but still.
Like, but yeah, man, it was just a disaster, man. Like, I don't know. Like, there's people who would like just go on about this, and that, and like, box office is this, box office is that. You know, it's terrible, man. It's like an entire war. I don't know why people are at each other's necks about it. Like, be grateful they were like, I don't know. I feel like that, like Shang-Chi shouldn't have been nominated for like the best VFX.
I still haven't watched Shang-Chi.
Especially No Way Home. The
Yeah.
movie was like good for the most part. I mean, I feel. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the movie.
I don't rate Marvel movies on like their VFX, their visuals, their storytelling. If I enjoy the movie, I'll be like, I liked it. That's about
Yeah,
it. I don't
usually-
rate Marvel movies because it's the theme
Usually-
park of cinema.
Yeah, like here's the thing.
They're all a joke anyway. They're not meant to be taken seriously.
Like here's the thing.
They need to stop trying to be so goddamn serious.
No Way Home.
I'll leave that to DC. DC can do some good serious movies.
No Way Home was probably the most fan service nostalgia shit I've ever seen. You can't tell me that's true.
No,
Or you
a
can't
lot
tell
of
me
the
that's a
movie was
lie.
Pure the whole pointing bit was pure fan service.
No,
There was
the
no point
entire
for them to
movie.
go like.
No, the entire movie
To
was
each other.
fan service, man.
I'm saying no, like the entire movie is fan service, but there was a lot of moments in the movie that were just that only were added for fan service.
Yeah, like literally, just the entire Tobey Maguire trilogy could
Snyder
have
Cut
been
was
there.
fan service. They had to bully Warner Bros. Into releasing it.
Well, that's more like that's.
So there's still not a fan service, but to appease the fans, they
Yeah,
finally let him make it.
I forgot what it was, and then there's like the new what is it, fan favorite kind of thing, like a category where the people actually get to vote for what the best picture of the year was, and amongst them was was the Zack Snyder's Justice League, and you know what they're saying?
What are they saying?
They're not counting it because it's just a re-edit.
It's not a re-edit. It might as well be a whole different movie.
That's what it is. It's a whole nother movie, but they don't want to count it because of that.
Actually, in theory, it'd be the other way around. The real Justice League would have been an edit of Snyder Cut because a lot of the shit Snyder had originally was all cut out into
Yeah.
what he made.
Dude,
This is what he originally had in mind. So
Dude.
if anything, it's not a re-edit.
Steppenwolf's design in the Snyder Cut was scrapped. He was actually going to look like that in the original Justice League. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That was the actual design for Steppenwolf, and instead they wanted to make him look like a dude. Come on, man. Come on.
Snyder Cut's Steppenwolf design was pretty bomb. Like his armor, how it moved and shit like that. He
Dude,
hit with
that's
all
the
his
thing.
arrows
Dude,
and he
the-
just
the-
fucking
yeah,
chopped
this-
them all off.
No, but that's the thing. The CGI for just that character himself was fucking awesome. Like this, like the puddle thing, dude. I'm not even kidding. That was the most satisfying shit you could ever see. That is probably the best CGI puddle stepping you'd ever see. Like from the mud to like the twig that he steps on. You see that shit actually like bounce. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like, but I am gonna add a clip for that.
For reference, like
Yeah, for
if you
reference,
can
man.
if you can get a clip of it.
Oh, I can, man. I will. There's no way I'm not, man.
Because I know HBO don't allow screen recording, so I don't know how you're gonna clip of it. I don't know how you can record from the disc. Does it have a disc drive?
No, it doesn't have this crate. But
You'll
that's
find a
why-
way.
That's why I hate that. But no,
You'll
don't worry,
find a
man.
way.
Don't worry, man.
I'm sure someone has a clip of it out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna say. But right, there's so many movies that just don't even get acknowledged. French Dispatch was a really good movie, and it was nowhere to be seen amongst those nominees. It's a pretty fun movie.
It's a movie I still don't care too much for.
You should watch it still. It's pretty fun. It's not like a.
It's not my type of movie.
Look, what is it? It's just it's one of those movies you can turn your brain off and sit. You're like you said. I mean,
no, like only time I say that is if it's like a really shitty movie, but it's something you can turn on to kill time. That's what I meant by turning your brain off. You can just sit there and do nothing. I'm sure French Dispatch is not that type of movie. It's just not my speed of a movie.
No, it's
The same reason I didn't like Dune. It's just not my speed.
what
It's a
is it?
great movie, just not my speed.
It's less than 2 hours, which usually I like to just when I kill time, I like to watch movies that are less than 2 hours. And this has a pretty good lineup. It's with Owen Wilson.
Willem Dafoe.
There's Willem Dafoe in it for a little bit.
Willem Dafoe turns into Willem Dafoe.
There's Francis
Then
McDormand.
Willem Dafoe's role, he punched that dude in the face.
That was in the Grand Budapest Hotel. It was this
Oh,
one.
it was that one?
Dude, this one was a
That's
lot longer. This one was a lot longer. This is like 2.5 hours. It's funny though. It's really good. But yeah, man, the French Dispatch. It's the best thing you could. It's the best thing you could ever see. You wouldn't even have to watch the entire thing if you didn't want to. Like you could just watch one part because this is supposed to be like a little like magazine / article. Like you're witnessing the stories that are being told in there.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. The first story is like the one that most people liked. The second story is like the one people really didn't like, but only knew because of Timothy.
Timothy
the third-
Chalamet?
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet.
Isn't he Dune?
Yeah, he was in Dune. He was the main character. He was Paul Atreides.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
And
Hey, Paul!
And what is it? I mean, honestly, Dune was in very short terms. I don't want to go on about Dune like that, but because I don't know how long that.
Every
topic
time you
go.
bring up Dune, I immediately think of Marvel, just because the way you talk about how the Marvel Sims trying to review bomb Dune. Weren't the Marvel stand trying to review bomb Dune?
Dude, no, they hated.
Or they were just hating it on Twitter?
No, they
or
were
both?
they were hating on Denis, the director.
I thought they were review bombing the movie.
Oh, that was already there. Don't worry.
Okay, thank
Okay, have
fucking
you ever
God.
seen like the new? Have you ever seen any of the? Okay, I'm
Name
gonna
his
start.
work? No.
No, okay, I'm gonna start. No, I was gonna say any of his work, but I was gonna start naming his movies.
Go ahead. I'll see if I.
Hence his work.
list them.
So there's
There's like a chance I might have seen.
there's
one.
Incendies. There's
Did you say
Polytechnique.
Saint Denis?
Incendies.
Incendies.
Polytechnique. Prisoners.
No.
Sicario.
Yeah, I've seen Sicario. That was a good movie.
Enemy. Arrival. Blade Runner 2049.
I've seen that one.
Which one? Arrival.
Different Blade Runner.
Blade Runner
It
2049.
was alright, I guess. I liked it.
No, not Ridley Scott's. The one that's 2049. The one with Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
The original one?
No, the one with Harrison. No,
Yeah,
no,
the
old-
original one.
The newer one.
Oh, no. No, I
The
didn't see that
newest
one.
one. Okay. Well,
I didn't see the newest one. I saw the old one.
He made that movie as
the
well.
teardrops in rain one.
Yeah, he made that movie. He made that one. Because Blade Runner was like his favorite movie as a kid, and like, he was happy to work with Harrison Ford. There's like a small like segment of him talking about that. He was.
While you discuss all this, I'm gonna draw Spider-Man.
He seemed really happy about that. And what is it? And then.
Hopefully I'm not wasting your ink.
Oh, okay, that's you're wasting that ink, man. That's a pen. But yeah, when he made Dune, he was like really obsessive about it. He loved the book.
Well, it's a good thing you have a director that's
Yeah, that's the thing.
obsessive about something he's compassionate
That's the
about.
thing.
They get a good movie.
That's one of the biggest reasons why people think that he was snubbed from a nomination for best director.
Is how obsessive he was about it.
Yeah, they thought like they were like, dude, like if there was anyone who really deserved at least a nomination, it was him.
Yeah.
Because he loved the book,
Speak of the devil.
like there's like a bunch of things he did for the movie, and yeah, that's what I was
That
saying.
was still a good movie. I like that one. That was the first movie I've ever seen him in. I
With
can't think of his
Benicio
name.
del Toro, he's in the French Dispatch.
Yeah,
he's
it's the
fun-
first one I've ever seen him in.
He's in the
pretty
French
good.
Dispatch. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's what he's known for. Oh right, did you ever see Prisoners?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Oh, dude,
There's a lot
it's-
of movies I've just never watched.
Okay,
I'm not,
Prisoners
I'm not a
is
big movie dude
okay,
sometimes.
Prisoners is on Hulu. I recommend you
I
to
have
watch
to.
that
I'll
movie.
watch that.
It's a good movie. It's almost like the Batman, but like it's a lot more intense and it's less like detective kind of thing. Like it's with Hugh Jackman, who gives a crazy ass performance that wasn't even acknowledged by the fucking Academy. Like when I say it was awesome, it was awesome. You have Jake Gyllenhaal in there, who also gives an awesome
Nah.
performance.
Anytime I think of Jake Gyllenhaal, I think of that really fucking shitty 911 movie he was in, where an asshole is get this out. Jake Gyllenhaal, he plays an asshole who starts the movie off as an asshole, and then goes through some development. Is still an asshole, gets to be an asshole for a little longer, and then ends his arc with an asshole. He's just a dick the entire movie.
And then what is it?
I do want to see Ambulance though.
Oh yeah, that looks good. But right,
I like seeing him in action movies. He's
you know Paul Dano,
Mm.
the Riddler. Yeah, he's also in that movie.
Ambulance.
No, in Prisoners. Yeah, man,
He killed it as fucking Riddler. I swear to God.
I recommend you to like, please, dude, at least watch Prisoners.
The only person that didn't kill their role in Batman were like, the fuck, what was his name? I'm trying to think of his name now. It was the one. It was one of the fucking police officers. Oh, the old commissioner that dies later. That's the only role I didn't like. His sounded annoying. as shit.
I mean, he's not in it like that though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. But yeah,
Jim Gordon was pretty fucking bomb.
dude, that Jeffrey Wright, man. Jeffrey Wright was awesome.
I don't even care that they race swapped him. He was cool as
No,
fuck.
that's the thing, dude. Some
That's the
people,
same with the reason why I like that Daredevil. They
Dude.
race swapped Kingpin. He's not white. He's black. And I'm like, he
some-
still killed
dude,
the fucking
there
role.
were people raving about the race swap of Gordon, man.
I don't care about it. He was cool as hell.
Like, what the dude?
If you're gonna, okay, here's the thing.
You're acting
if you're
like they didn't
swapping,
race
if you're
swap-
race swapping because the actor is gonna kill it and you need that actor,
Yeah.
but there's a difference between doing it just to do it and then doing it because the actor would be better for it than this guy.
I mean, you do it just to do it, but like first you're like,
no,
okay,
I mean like doing it just so we get people get this audience to get appeased. No, you should do it because to fit the character or to get the actor for it.
or maybe sometimes people just do it like that,
Yeah.
just cause like you like
I
Doctor.
mean, there's nothing wrong with
like-
doing it. I'm just saying that, but I wish people would
Yeah.
actually have a reason to do it, rather
Like-
than just let's swap them just because we fucking want to.
Like Dr. Kynes from Dune was gender and race swapped
Yeah.
in that movie,
He
and
was
it worked
good.
well.
Yeah.
It worked amazingly.
Like I said, yeah, I was not a big fan of Dune, but I don't care about like any of the swaps. They were pretty good.
But yeah, like, dude, overall, I feel like the movie
Oscar
is
Isaac is pretty good too. No?
not for everyone, just because of
Yeah.
just because for some people it could feel long.
Yeah, that's why
I was-
it wasn't my cup of tea.
Like here's the thing, I heard people going on about like, oh my god, it's so long. Like here's it, like I read a few reviews, like mostly the negative reviews that people. I tried looking for negative reviews or filtering for negative reviews to see
Lower
what people
star
were
reviews
saying.
and all this.
And so when I went into the movie, I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, well I see how like people are upset about the movie feeling too long, but for me, it personally didn't feel too long. I feel like the introduction, the whole like Caladan sequences were well. The introduction of the Bene Gesserit was well. The
Also, the only reason I'm being silent about this is because I don't know absolutely anything about it.
the Gom Jabbar sequence was fucking awesome. The needle that was up on Paul's neck, that sequence was really awesome. But right, and then once we arrive at Arrakis and get some more Jason Momoa and everything, it still gets good. Like Dave Bautista, the Baron was fucking awesome.
It was cool to have him finally in a serious role.
Cool.
Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista's been in like a few serious roles
But like
ever since he
actually
started.
being
Yeah.
taken serious from like
Yeah,
Drax.
like he like
I mean, yeah, I liked him as Drax.
Drax was
but
very fucking
he
awesome
was
in the first
he was
movie.
the brunt of a joke. He was. They turned him like they made him like the funny guy.
Yeah,
If
that
you will.
kind of went down. Like how much more awesome things Drax would have been able to do.
Yeah.
But right. Honestly,
He never really felt like Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah, he felt more like Drax. I don't know.
The Joker.
Yeah, something like that. But
I'm an agent of chaos.
but yeah, man. Like but then like the Joker's tease in the Batman.
That was cool as fuck.
that was awesome.
Because it came out of nowhere too. I mean, I was like, maybe they'll tease Joker, maybe they won't. I don't know what to go with. Expect, and I heard him talk, and I was like,
I already knew
that's
that
him.
was coming because I already read a leak about that about
Like I
Barry.
said, I walked entirely unspoiled into there.
I kind of didn't mind walking in unspoiled. Like I was more excited. I was excited for the movie. I knew I would forget about it, or I would be like, okay, so that's what this is.
That's why I don't forget about spoilers. That's why I
Because
do my best to stay
or
spoiler.
then I'd be like, okay, well that makes sense, or like because then there'd be like because there was like something saying, oh, Barry Keoghan was casted in the movie as Arkham patient, and it was like, okay, now that's really intriguing because there were people going.
Sus.
It was really intriguing to people because they were already talking about like, who should be the next villains in the Batman movies because there's already a trilogy confirmed for that.
For the Batman movies?
Yeah. They're already working on the sequel. And they were like some people were saying, Barry Keoghan or Willem Dafoe would work as a perfect
And
Joker.
it's funny because Willem Dafoe didn't want to play Joker. He wanted to play the Joker copy. Like the fake.
Yeah.
Which would there you go. You got your shoehorn in there.
And what is it? And Barry Keoghan was amongst those names. So I was like, okay, I was like, yeah, that's definitely going to be the Joker. But yeah, like that whole sequence right there was really, really good actually. It was pretty good. The laugh and everything was pretty good as well. Here's the thing too. This is like definitely an unpopular opinion, but I feel like if there was a bit more of direction towards Jared Leto's Joker, it would be good.
Yeah, just Jared Leto Joker just kind of was
'Cause, like, here's
there, if you
like,
will.
no, like here's the thing. It's just there, and the unfortunate part is I feel like it's just because there's not enough direction towards it. I feel like the directors aren't really, specifying or wanting him to do a certain thing, They're kind of letting him do his own thing. And the laugh is something that... That
What
could...
the fuck is that?
Here's the thing. That could work for certain situations, but, like, most of them are, like, the kinds that really wouldn't need it or would just... should use a different laugh, Like, Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I feel. Like, we're gonna sidetrack a little bit to Mark Hamill because I saw one.
You talking about his Joker?
Yes, because I once saw this video from Rotten Tomatoes of him promoting the Child's Play movie, and he was answering he was answering a few questions, and some of them were about the Joker, and he mentioned specifically to the voice acting director, like, hey, you know, I feel like he should have more than one laugh because, you know, he's not always going to give the same laugh. You know, sometimes he'll give more of like an angrier laugh. He'll sometimes give more of like a genuine funny laugh, or sometimes he'll just laugh for the hell of it and stuff, or sometimes he'll just chuckle and stuff. And that's the thing that really works, and that's the thing that really, really made Mark Hamill an awesome Joker. Because I feel like you just need more direction, you know? That's the thing. But then you also don't want to give too much direction. Because that's why Natalie Portman had a shitty death scene in Revenge of the Sith. It could have definitely worked better. She could have definitely given a...
you're breaking my heart.
She could have definitely...
Don't care.
No. Like when she's dying right there in front of Kenobi.
The book reason. Was it the book reason? Was it the book reason or the real George Lucas reason that was revealed? She wasn't dying of heartbreak or that Anakin hurt her too much. Is that Palpatine was leeching her life force off to keep Anakin alive. That's why he didn't die, because he was pulling off her life to keep him alive.
Apparently it was George Lucas's direction of her, like, hey, you know, you have to do it like this, that apparently just didn't make it a good death kind of acting.
No, I'm talking about like the whole reason she died. Like she doesn't seem like she's perfectly healthy, but she's lost her will to live. That was stupid, because the actual book reason was that Palpatine was pulling her life force away from her to keep Anakin alive.
Yeah, so I didn't pay attention to it like that. But
that's the only thing I don't like about Star Wars is sometimes, like, when shit's not cleared up, they have to write a book about it.
Yeah, like, you don't have to go through all that. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go back to do for like just a very, very little bit, specifically towards the writing of the book, not the movie.
Yeah, the original books.
The book is like the thing that made it so awesome and more of like a Lord of the Rings kind of thing, and the thing that makes it way better than Brian Herbert's books. Because not everyone is a big fan of them. Some people are like, oh, you know, it's just
my dad hates them.
It's like, oh, you know, it's just a money run, or oh, you know, it's just like, you know, like
let's find this dead franchise and reboot it for quick cash.
Like it's not. It wasn't even that it was dead. But
no,
like,
I'm talking about that's some people do nowadays though.
Yeah, it's like it's not the like. Here's the thing. Like people are like, you know, Brian Herbert's like it doesn't work that well, you know. So and like here's the thing. Frank made like this kind of like timeless masterpiece kind of thing. Like it doesn't matter what time period you're in, it will always fit perfectly into what's currently going on.
With the book?
Like the book and the world. It can really reflect on the real world. He once even mentioned that he liked the fact that Richard Nixon was a president at some point
during time.
During their time was because it just taught you to never trust your leader, and that's what ends up even happening in the Dune series. Paul ends up being a bad guy, and he even ends up turning into a fucking sandworm. That ends up happening to him. But that's the thing. There's so many things that go on, and not all of them are explained. The one thing that I do know that it's explained, like, for sure, is that there are no AI/robots in Dune. And that movie, and, like, the story of Dune is, like, so many thousands of years from our future. And the reason why there aren't any robots or AI is because at some point of their history, they were nearly enslaved by it. So obviously they don't want to risk something like that again. But that's what made it. But like, there's like other things that they want to explain, or there's like other things like there's books.
Damn, it's hot as fucking here.
That explain the history of the Harkonnens.
That's not your fan.
Sure.
There's
like there's like
fucking here.
That's fine. I got it. There's books that explain the supposedly history of the Harkonnens or the House Carino or the Atreides, and they're really unnecessary. Fuck. They want to make a whole book on the battle of the Butlerian Jihad, which is the whole like robot thing. Like you really want to make a story out of it. You can't simply be fine with just saying this happened. Like no, you want to add more to it and just say, you know, this also happened within that. This person was here. This person wasn't. This person was responsible for it. This person died. It's unnecessary, man. Like, no, just leave it as it is. But yeah, like Star Wars doing that, it doesn't work well. At least sometimes it doesn't.
Star Wars? That's a can of worms I'm not opening. I'm the Star Wars buff here. I'm not opening up that can of worms. I'm telling you right now. I don't have the energy to fucking get into that box of...
What do you have the energy of getting into then?
What do you mean? getting into like a different topic or something?
Yeah, anything, man.
Shows,
Like
other
which-
shows. The shows I've been enjoying recently, like I keep popping in my head. I just told you about this earlier with Marvel's Netflix shows.
Have
Was
been
it,
removed.
was it we got Iron? Was it Iron?
The Defenders, Iron
The Defenders,
Fist.
Iron Fist,
Luke
Luke Cage,
Cage,
Jessica Jones, Punisher, and Daredevil, which are the only two that really shine that were really good.
Mhm.
It's funny because Agents of Shield didn't get removed, but then again, it's been gone off Netflix for a while. I think.
Here's the thing. I saw one of the scenes from The Punisher
Which
where
one?
he has like a big ass coat and a mask on.
That
he
isn't
takes
him.
off-
That's not him. That's Jigsaw.
No, in the Punisher series.
Big ass coat. And a mask.
He has like a camo coat and like he has a mask, but like he takes off his mask and then he takes off the coat.
That might have been season 2. I don't remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that in
here's
season
the
1.
thing.
I don't remember much of season 2.
That scene was really cool, but I hate how that went out. I feel like he should have taken off the coat first. Because as soon as you see that uniform, you're like fucking scared, and as soon as you see that face,
The
you're
only
like, "Oh
rip
shit!"
on I had about the Punisher series is that the only bit that he was doing Punisher shit was he was doing the Punisher shit was in the very beginning of season 1, episode 1, where they were showing case and going around killing bad guys and all that, and then it cuts to a story of where they introduce Micro and he's getting back at the people that killed his family.
Mhm.
That was cool. They did that for the first Punisher movie with Thomas Jane, who's coming back for the Punisher role apparently. There's leaked roles of him. He's coming back for Punisher, or they're trying to get him to play Punisher. But, well, they would have had to already. So, movie's done shooting, I believe. But like, as it followed it, and then loosely followed it into season 2. Season 1 ended brutally with him fucking up. What was his friend? Billy. Not Billy Loomis. That was for Scream. I'm trying to think of whatever his friend's name was. It was like his best friend in season 1 that was the bad guy that helped kill his family. But like they fucked him up so badly in the end of season 1. Have you seen that? So like they're doing their standoff on a merry-go-round where his family was killed. Same place and all that. So he like hits Billy in the jaw with a bullet and then smashes the mirror and then drags his face across it, which fucks up his face for him to become Jigsaw in the season 2. And like so that was done. He's got revenge for his family. He already killed the people that ordered it. But then all of season 2 just followed it. He's still alive and he's got to go finish the job and all that. And then the show ends. They didn't get to do much else. Which is cool about the Daredevil show is that he was doing Punisher shit in the Daredevil show. He was a badass in the Daredevil show. Don't even start me on the Kingpin shit in the prison. That was awesome.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Very short thing.
And I'm gonna watch this later eventually. The Daredevil 2004.
But yeah, that's the thing. I feel like as much as it may seem stupid, I hate how certain things like that can go out because the Punisher first takes off his mask, revealing his face, and then he takes off the big ass coat which reveals the uniform.
Yeah.
That should have definitely been around the other way because here's the thing, if you take off that coat first and you see that uniform, you're already starting to like shiver, man. You're like, you know whose that is. You know what that does. You know what follows as soon as that suit comes and leaves. And then as soon as he takes off his mask and you see that face, you know who that is. And you're starting to shit yourself right
The
then
best
and there,
part
man.
of John Bernthal's Punisher for mine is the fucking roars he lets out when he's fighting. and shit
Oh,
like that.
dude.
Not even just in the flashbacks. Just while he's fighting and Jones is, oh.
Like, dude, it's John fucking Bernthal, man. He's fucking awesome,
Yeah,
man.
I saw like them in Fury.
But yeah, dude, that's the
Everybody
thing.
fucking dies
See,
in Fury, though.
that's how some certain scenes can work. Certain things just like that can work perfectly. Like in the beginning of the Batman when he first comes out into that subway, like you just hear the loud footsteps and you know what's
he put
coming.
the absolute smackdown on that first dude.
Exactly. But here's no. But we're just talking about like when you introduce somebody.
I'm not talking about like when after he walked out that introduction, he didn't even hesitate. He
Yeah.
immediately put the smackdown on that
Yeah.
dude.
Like here's the thing. Like we see someone like revealing themselves. How many times have you ever seen a character be revealed to you for the first time and you really liked it?
I have to actually think about that.
Like the Joker.
I'll get back to you back on that.
Like the
one.
Joker starts laughing.
I
and
liked
you see-
the Joker introduction in The Dark Knight. I liked
Like in like The Great Gatsby.
DiCaprio's introduction.
DiCaprio's introduction as Jay Gatsby.
Yeah, I liked that. That was actually
That was
good.
awesome. Here's the thing.
I just watched that too recently.
I would have actually liked it a lot more if they never even revealed him to be in the movie. You know how crazy that would have been for you to just watch the movie, you're seeing Tobey Maguire, you're like, wait a minute.
I don't
like
think
know
you
that
realize
voice."
that Gatsby is like a big ass part of the book, and it's
No,
a movie
I know,
about the book.
but something like that, you don't know who Gatsby is. You
Like
want
the
to keep
actor?
no,
Oh.
like the character himself. Nobody knows who
Except
Gatsby is. They
the
always
only person in the book who knows who Gatsby is like Nick and like a few select others.
But no, here's the thing.
Like, you kind of need your
you-
narrator
no,
to
no,
know
no.
who he is.
But yeah, but like you know Nick, but like Gatsby, like you want him to be revealed. He's revealed in the book, and the way he's revealed in the movie, that would have worked crazy good. It still does. Like imagine if you're viewing this for the first time and you don't even know who Gatsby is being played by, and that just catches you off guard. Like
I like
How?
Gatsby. He was eccentric.
yeah, like the way he just works out. Like he's like,
Someone said they wanted Ryan Reynolds to play him instead of DiCaprio. I was like, no, because he wouldn't have taken it seriously. That dude doesn't take anything seriously. Even in Six Underground, he didn't take that shit seriously.
like he's like you having a good time with sport. And he's like, yeah, it's
Ryan
a
Reynolds
really
couldn't
great
do
time.
that. He'd start laughing
Yeah,
mid-sentence.
He's like, he's a really great time. The host here, I got a personal invitation for him. I think I'm the only one as well. I live in the house just right over there. He's like, no one's met him. He's all like, they say he's second cousin to the Kaiser and third cousin to the devil. And he's like,
Tobey Maguire and
DiCaprio are like
DiCaprio and
actual
I-
fucking friends in real life.
it's funny because they're a good duo.
Yeah, they're very good friends in real life. And he's like, I'm afraid I haven't been a good host, old sport. You see? And you're just like, what? And you're like, okay. And he's like, I'm Gatsby. And you hear that score kicking in, like, right there, like,
The only weird part I had about The
I'm
Great
Gatsby.
Gatsby is that there were fucking Jay-Z songs.
Dude, no.
There are Jay-Z songs in the fucking movie. I'm not even joking. You fucking left.
Oh my god.
The soundtrack for The Great Gatsby is so fucking random.
Here's the
There's
thing.
Jay-Z music, Lana Del
hated
Rey.
that.
Lana Del Rey.
I hated that so much. It's just as bad, okay? I love this movie to death.
Oh my god.
When I mentioned this, I love this movie to death. But the one thing I don't like about Django is the song selections. You play Tupac. You play
Rick Ross.
Rick fucking Ross in the fucking Western. What in the world, man? Quentin. Dude, please, in your life, do not ever do that again.
It's the picture. It's like we're excited. It's the crack pipe. And it's like that was fucking both the Great Gatsby and Django Unchained when they were trying to figure out music. It's a crack pipe.
No, man. Do not ever do that.
The rest of the music was good for the movie, just not the fucking current music that's used
dude,
for it.
come on. You want to watch a movie, you have... Like, there's a certain point where you want to include modern things. Do not include music.
Yeah.
Music can...
Because you're trying to set the tone, and I can't take
Music
it
sets the
seriously
tone.
seeing people in these 50s cars. They're
No,
not
it's
50s,
like the 20s.
I don't know why I said 50s. These 20s cars bumping Jay-Z.
What? No. And like, here's the thing.
It's not even once, it's like twice in them.
Here's the thing. The other thing is that I hated... Okay, so watch. I was watching Eternals. I liked it overall. I just felt like it deserved a lot more time, and I feel like people shouldn't... hate on it like that, because you don't, like... There's nothing built... It's not building up off of anything. You don't know these characters, and you're complaining about the movie having too much character development, being too much about the characters. Well, guess what? That's what happens when you don't build off of anything else.
That's why...
That's what happens. Try to make yourself
Justice League.
Try to make yourself an Avengers movie without making any standalone movies of the
There's
other
a reason
characters.
why the Avengers didn't come out till almost everybody but Black Widow, Hawkeye, and
Nick Fury were in it.
yeah, like the only people that didn't have their solo movies were Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But Hawkeye had his entrance in Thor. Everyone had their connection. You know who they are. You know why they're
Like,
there.
you know why they're there, you know where they
whole
were
story
from.
is
Exactly.
Avengers.
But right,
Hell,
here's the thing.
Iron Man had 2 movies before Avengers.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
That set them up.
yeah,
That solidified
and
them.
I hated the fact. And here's the thing. I hated just one song selection in Eternals, and that was Skeeter Davis's "End of the World." It's such a nice song. It's kind of like a blues kind of song kind of thing going on.
I do like the soundtrack selection for Nobody.
And here's the thing.
Some of the songs are pretty fit.
Here's the thing. You listen to the lyrics, it has nothing to do with being left by someone, okay? That's what the song is about. It's don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost your love. And you're going on your... No. and the song is playing while they're going to, nearly, the world is gonna end. Just because it says it's the end of the world does not mean it's an end of the world song. Does not mean. Do you want me to put like, watch? Do you want me to direct a Doomsday movie where the
I remember that entire movie because of Fallout.
You want me?
Not movie, song because of Fallout.
You want me to make an entire movie where aliens are gonna destroy the Earth, and you want me to play that song as the Earth is being destroyed? What in the world, man? What in the fucking world? Like, that doesn't work like that. That doesn't work like that. The song is nice. I love the song. I one time even went to listen to the song on YouTube, and all I kept on seeing on YouTube on the comments was, "Oh, I came here from Eternals." Shut the fuck up! I don't care, man. The song is good. Listen to it because of the song. Don't come and listen to it because of the Eternals, man. Whoever the fuck decided to choose that song, get yourself a better song selection, man. Use a score next time. Don't even add that scene, man. It's fine. You don't have to add that scene. This is just as bad as, what is it? X-Men Days of the Future Past. The very first Quicksilver sequence when he goes very, like, fast and, like, he has a slow-mo sequence in that kitchen with the guards in the Pentagon. You know what song they're playing? You know what song they're playing? They're playing Jim Croce's Time in a Bottle. Time in a Bottle is, like, the sweetest, most, like, tear-drawing song ever. Which is, like, it's about, like, wanting to spend it's like wishing, look, it's about wishing you had the time to spend, it's a song about wishing it's a song saying you wish you had every last second in the world to spend with the person you care about. And you want to play that in the middle of knocking a bunch of guys out?
Yeah.
You really want to do that? That does not work, man. That doesn't work. That does not work. Okay? Next time get a better song selection, okay? You could have just had a sequence like that as well. Like, it's just things like that that just piss me off, man. You choose the wrong score. You choose the wrong song. No, it doesn't work like that, man. Just because a song has to do with the word time does not mean it's gonna be a good. It's right. Time in a Bottle is. It's not the song. It's not the song for that. Time in a Bottle could work for something, just not a scene like that. Like no. Right. I'm not gonna keep complaining about that.
Man's got a little fired up.
Yeah, because you guys are trying to just act like full-on retards.
Because you're going on and on about a song.
Yeah.
It ruined the whole mood of the scene. It was just dumb.
It ruined the scene. Don't get me wrong. The scene was awesome, but that's just one thing that just ruins it. Okay, like, it's like this. Like, a movie ends, okay? And sometimes a score comes in, or maybe just the score that's currently playing just goes on with the credits, okay? But Hereditary, what it does is that as soon as the movie ends, it just starts playing a different song that is completely a polar opposite of what the score was sounding like. And that just, like, pow, like, just pushes you out of the movie and you're just, like, not even there anymore. When movies end with, like, a... And, like, you don't... And then you don't play with any... And then you don't play... Like, you remember how the Batman ended yesterday?
Yeah.
Like, the score intensified, and then it just dropped out of nowhere, and you don't hear anything else.
Than my fucking grades did.
Like, and then, like, there's nothing else playing. Like, no. Like, it doesn't work sometimes. But I'm not even going to complain about that anymore. What we will complain about is GTA 6 having to be keyword, having to be on VR. Because, let's already face this, we already knew GTA 6 was going to happen. What we didn't see coming was Rockstar saying, we're finally working on it. So we're all excited and everything, and there's one reply that says, keyword, needs to be on VR.
Keyword, you need to have a father figure in your life.
No, don't take it that far. Or else you're no better than me. You're no better than me complaining, okay? Because here's the thing. VR is going to be in the future of gaming. It's just not the future of gaming.
Welcome to the metaverse.
Like, no, dude. This isn't the Oasis. This isn't Ready Player One. Calm the fuck down.
And welcome to the metaverse.
This is just Free City coming out, okay? This is just
getting a divorce in the metaverse.
yeah. You want to get a divorce in the metaverse? What the
Getting
fuck, man?
a metaverse wedding.
Okay, but look,
Getting
GTA 6
sworn in by
would
some dude
take
with Steve
a
Harvey
long
avatar.
time for it to be in like VR.
I'm
First
gonna
off,
be in a nursing home by the time GTA 6 comes out. I swear to God.
like here's the thing. I honestly don't even give a fuck about GTA 6 like that. Like if it's out, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna try it out, and if I
want
like
a new
it,
fucking city to drive around in.
I like it like that. But here's the thing,
I don't want San Andreas. I don't want Liberty City. I just want a new city to drive around in.
and like here's the thing.
I want buildings to go
The
inside of.
movie, like the game needing to be in VR is like, dude, no, because this person was
It doesn't
going,
need to be in anything. It
This
just needs to be
person-
playable.
this person was going on paragraphs about how
GTA barely works on controller. How the fuck would it work on VR?
but like just VR being the future of gaming in general. Like, no, dude, this
I'm
isn't
saying,
the
no.
Oasis we're talking about.
If GTA 5 barely works on controller, there's no way you're gonna get it to work in VR.
It works good on controller.
No, so there's some quirks that don't fucking make sense.
Like what?
Like some of the combat shit where it's already broken. It's everything is locked on. You turn your lock on off. Good luck getting in any gunfight and winning.
But yeah,
I hear the music.
but yeah, overall, Rockstar itself hasn't really made that many good things since like GTA 5 or Red Dead 2.
Oh, Red Dead 1. Red Dead 2 is amazing, but
Like
their biggest achievement
since, you know, because their definitive trilogy was
ass. They didn't even make it.
not good. There's mods that did way better than that. Honestly, here's the thing. The only reason it shouldn't have been released is not like, oh, mods did it better. There's already a mod for that. But obviously, you're thinking about like the people who play on consoles. But honestly, they were better off.
I don't
that way.
count GTA 6, not GTA 6, the GTA Definitive Edition as a Rockstar title because their name's on it, but they didn't make it.
No, they didn't
They
make it.
handed it off to mobile game developers
like-
to finish.
Yeah, it's like Bethesda supposedly making the games, but
No, but Bethesda,
it's just a publisher.
Bethesda's the publisher. They have different software companies and other other companies. I'm not going to get into technicals because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
But they themselves don't make it. They oversee creative. They hire people to do it. But like, what was it? New Vegas. Bethesda's name is on the front. Obsidian made it. Obsidian made Fallout 1 and 2, along with just Fallout 1 and 2, along with the new Outer Worlds game, new-ish. But that's just Bethesda didn't make it. Their name's on the box because they published it.
Mhm.
Same with Skyrim. Their development teams like hired people to work on that.
Yeah.
They're publishing.
That's
the
what I
game.
kind of like, man. Like this thing.
That's also why they shit out remasters every few years.
Like studios like that. I feel like that's the thing. Like you get certain people. You get certain designers and
That's
stuff.
why they pull in stuff to. That's why they're grabbing so many
creators,
titles
yeah.
like Doom. They didn't make Doom. Id made Doom, but they bought Doom. They bought Id to make Doom.
Yeah. Like,
No, Id wouldn't make a Doom game, so Bethesda bought them and told them go make a Doom game.
but here's the thing. I love how Hugo Martin's a creative director because it's not just another old guy.
He's in touch with his community.
That
He
dude-
he still daily streams.
Yeah, he
Not daily, but he's still
he
on a regular basis.
streams the
streams
game. He's
the
in
games-
touch with
when
his
did Eternal
community.
come out?
It
2020?
came nearly 2 years ago.
He's still streaming it.
Yeah, he's still streaming it. He's still having fun with it. The dude's an actual gamer. He's not just a
He's in
random
touch with his
person.
community.
He's not just a random old guy who's just trying to make money off of it. No. This guy's only like 40 years old and he's a gamer. He loves the
You
game.
have to be in touch with your game, not just your community, but you have to be in touch with your what you're directing, you're
like-
leading. If you're taking over for somebody or you're leading off of a franchise that already exists, you have to know
Like,
what
here's
you're
the thing.
making.
No matter what you're making a game, you're making a movie, you're making this, you're making that, you're writing this or that. Like, here's the thing. When you make a movie, the script is your Bible. When you're making a game,
Bible?
the blueprint of whatever your game is your Bible. When you want to go and pursue a certain thing, if there's a movie, a book you read, there's something like a song that you listen to, whatever that is your Bible. You're
Speaking-
worshiping that. You're reading that. You
That's
have
my
that on
attitude
your
with-
mind 24/7. It keeps you up. It keeps you obsessed. It's that
That's
one
my
thing
attitude with Red Dead
that
2.
pulls you back in and tells you you're doing it because of this reason. Mid-90s is what made me want to skate after a while, because after some time I'd see people skate, but it didn't hit me like that. As soon as I saw mid-90s, you were able to relate to Stevie because the dude didn't know how to skate, and you liked having a life outside of just something boring or something like abusive or something like that. because the kid Stevie had like a pretty not so good life out there when he was at home. You see movies like, you know, I don't know. You see movies like Hereditary, or you see here's the thing.
Back to Hereditary.
There's no. There's this idea pitch that I've been wanting to make for a while about like some kind of like post-world kind of thing.
We mean post-world, like post-apocalypse type beat?
Post-apocalyptic
like
kind of
after the
thing.
world's already end or something?
Kind of like that. But here's the thing.
You gotta find post-world. Post-world can mean a good number of things.
Like, okay, well, I like post-apocalyptic kind of thing.
Like a Fallout setting or like a...
No. That's always been a thing. And I don't want to do zombies either, because that's obviously a thing.
Yeah,
as
zombies
well.
is... No, okay, zombies is done with.
Zombies
I'm
is like,
sorry.
it's overrated. You just have to do it right. You need to do it right. But that's not what I'm thinking about. Have you seen The Domestics? Or have you ever heard of The Domestics?
With you.
It's the one that you were
Not
getting
with
pissed.
you, but I was pissed because of the lack of recoil. and
Yes,
stuff like
dude. That movie.
It's nothing major. It's just it irks me when they can't just do fucking guns.
Okay, but you see how it's post-apocalyptic because of gangs.
Yeah.
That caught me right there. That had me intrigued because I was like, okay, these aren't like creatures or monsters. These are just straight up people. And I'm like, and you know, I'm not gonna go on about the story because first off, I wouldn't know how to explain it. I'm still writing it. Second off, and third off, I would love to keep this to myself. But I thought to myself, you know, there's so many ways I would love for this to go out. I would love for it to be something like Apocalypse Now, where it's just a crazy, fucked up, like slowly turning you insane kind of thing. You know, other times I think of it as like, you know, something like A Clockwork Orange. You're just someone with a bunch of friends who are taking advantage of a setting like that and are wanting to go do your own thing. Other times I think of something like The Revenant, when you're just stuck out there on your own, trying to survive, you know. Or, you know, sometimes I think of it more as like a horror thing. Someone's trying to kill you. You know, you're running here and there. There's horror aspects and horror, you know, what is it? Like fear tools that you can use, man. Like, there's so many ways I've seen this thing go out. Sometimes I feel like I might want to do it like The French Dispatch, where there's more than one story within there, you know? Because I feel like these stories wouldn't be that long either. You see, I've like thought about like sequels, but I'm like, no, I don't like sequels. Sequels
are only when you need to have a continuation that you can't do in your first
yeah,
movie.
because here's the thing.
When you end things in your first movie, a sequel shouldn't be needed. When you end things proper.
Not a sequel. Okay, we're gonna get into sequels just in a very good minute, but here's the thing. I never pictured it with sequels. I don't like sequels, and the only other reason I wouldn't make a sequel on this project is because none of these stories that I'm thinking about are gonna be with the same characters. I feel like
you gotta introduce a new.
Here's the thing. The only reason why I would want to make a new character is because not every character is gonna work the same in every situation. Say someone is very good with like, you know, shooting people or stuff like that, or like he's got good aiming. You know, he never misses a shot.
Got good.
If he was like in a horror movie, or he was like, you know, in some other kind of thing where he's being chased by someone, he's gonna be able to just take on that person. You know, he's gonna be able
to turn around and whip at him.
Exactly. You know, but right. You know, or you know, maybe it's like, I don't know. But here's the thing: we're gonna get into sequels right now. Sequels can and can't work. Okay, one of the biggest examples.
They only work when they're done appropriately.
Here's the thing: the biggest example of sequels that shouldn't be made sometimes is The Matrix.
Oh fuck yeah!
The very first Matrix had a very, very, very perfect ending. Now, was a sequel needed? No. Did it, you know, was it fun to watch? Yes. Was, you know, I still watched it, but it was kind of difficult to understand this whole, like, architect kind of thing, and I don't even remember the entire thing. It was fun to watch, but that there was just confusing, man. I feel like it wasn't necessary. Oh, I know you did not just do that.
Stomach rumbling.
Your stomach was rumbling, pushing out that motherfucking fart, man. You'd best start blowing that shit away.
You won't be like that, right? Back to your fucking screenplay here.
No. I'm talking about sequels, man. Like, sometimes sequels don't work. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing.
A lot of times sequels don't work.
Like, what other sequels wouldn't work? Like the Texas Chainsaw, like Texas Chainsaw 3D. That was a sequel that was definitely not needed. Texas Chainsaw 3, not needed. New Generation was far from needed, bro. The only thing that was really needed from there is McConaughey jumping off that window and just anyways, but right, like like horror movies are like the biggest examples of like why sequels aren't needed, but they're also like the most like just stared away from things that you could ever see as well. Like, you know how many horror movies could really have potential of just being nominated for Oscars? A lot of them. Like Malignant. People think that's like
Yeah, he's a Ligma.
Malignant was like
Ligma Kappa.
Malignant is actually being like nominated for like the
My
fan.
sorority, Ligma
No.
Kappa.
Malignant is being nominated for the fan favorite category. But right, there's movies like The Shining, Hereditary. There's movies like the Texas. No, not really. But I don't know. I can't name every last like horror movie I can think of. But there's just a good number of them that really do deserve awards for certain things. But in some certain other cases, like now that we're talking about endings, like I feel like I'm really surprised that Casino Royale is like the best James Bond movie, considering how like the ending was just, it was unnecessarily extended.
Yeah, it's still the best performing one, the most accepted one, if you will.
Like the movie is like you think it's gonna end, and I don't know where it's like, hey, your girlfriend's a bad guy. Like, why did you have to add that? Why? Like, it extended it by like another what? Like, I don't even remember, man. It's been a long time since I saw it. But like, it wasn't necessary. Like the movie could have just ended right there. It could have been like a spot on ending. Either way, it still remains as one of the best, like, James Bond movies of all time, or like Daniel Craig's at least. And I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Daniel Craig's a good James Bond.
Yeah, Daniel Craig was a really good James Bond.
Back to like what you were saying about your screenplay. I want to hear more about it. Unless you're not going to try to say that on here.
Like, yeah, we can discuss that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We'll discuss that later.
I don't think we're going to spoil the ideas.
I don't need y'all motherfuckers stealing my ideas either. Well, not enough people watch this, so you won't be stealing my ideas. But anyways.
Yes, the 3 people that will watch our shit.
Yes.
I actually have to go check the views on it.
Alright. There's movies like... this is one thing I'd really like to talk about. And for some weird reason, it's because I've just watched it recently. Interstellar. Like, I know you don't like this movie. Like, I know it's not your cup of tea. But there's so much to love from it. Like, the CGI is like really, really good. The cinematography is amazing. Some of the sequences in the movie were really good. Like the No Time for Caution sequence to this day still remains as my favorite. From like the score to the entire situation to like everything. It was so good. Like, do you remember that time? Do you remember that sequence? The No Time for Caution sequence?
Yeah.
Like when the Endurance is like spinning and there's okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing that made it so awesome and way better than you'd really think. The Endurance is spinning, okay? But it's also headed down towards the planet they were just on. So it's slowly going to start crash landing towards the stratosphere. So there's literally no time for him to even like think. He has to just go right in there, spin at the same speed as the Endurance, lock onto there, be able to slow it down, and push off of the stratosphere, or like get out of orbit before they were to crash land. That's like so much shit going on at once, and the score just kicking in like that works perfectly. And I know for sure that's probably one of the biggest, like, what is it? That's like one of the biggest like Hans Zimmer snubs ever, man. Like besides Dune, Interstellar is the most Hans Zimmer has ever Hans Zimmed. This is the most Hans Zimmer has ever Hans Zimmed. I ain't gonna lie. Like The Lion King is like one of my favorite of my other favorite scores of his. But like the cinematography for Interstellar is just nice, man. It's honestly nice. I like looking at that from like someone else's point of view. I know exactly what they'd think. I know the only thing that people would think of is like a wallpaper. I know you would think of it like that. The cinematography for Interstellar.
What?
You'd think it's just like wallpapers for like Windows or some shit.
No.
Yeah, watch. I'm gonna go pull up a clip right now.
No, it's good.
All right, but anyways, yeah, it's a really good movie. I love it from like everything from like the score to cinematography to like the actors in it. Actually, the actors were like they're pretty good names, but I don't think it was like good enough performances to like get nominated and everything. What the fuck, man?
I love lean. Macaroni and cheese.
Oh,
the
no.
amazing.
Not Dune. Not today, Dune.
Not today. Old friend is the picture of the fucking Elden Ring.
Elden Ring? It has it? Just kidding. Yeah, like, look at this. Like, oh no, shut up! Shut the fuck up! I sound like the guy from Uncut Gems when he's yelling at Arno after shooting Howie. Ah! The fuck? But yeah, like, look at this. Like, right here.
Corn. Yes, corn.
Like, look at that. Look at that. That's like, this is the... Oh, dude. What's his name? Tars was funny as hell. There's a part when they're like blasting off for space. Like, look at that, man.
Macaroni and cheese. What?
I'm like, they're like, oh, okay, we good. We got enough people from he's like, we got enough slaves from my robot colony. And he looks over at the robot and he stares back at one of the astronauts. He's like, we gave him a humor filter, just so he could fit in better. He's like, what's his
name?
No, not his name. His name is Tars. But he was like, what's his percentage? His humor percentage. He's like, he's at 100%. Let's take it down on like 90 for now. Or no, let's take it down to 75. He's like, I have a Q light if you... He's like, great, it's sarcastic robot. He's like, I have a Q light I can use if you want, so you can know when I'm joking. He's like, yeah, I think that helped. He's like, okay. He's like, you can also use it to find your way back to the ship after it blow you out of the airspace. And you see his fucking Q light blinking, man. I don't know why. This shit like that just made me laugh. You see, look at that. That's like something that would go on your Windows wallpaper.
No. I wouldn't use it as my window wallpaper.
No, but like, it's like, like, you know how like when you get...
enemy spy plane.
No, like, you know when you get like...
You're gonna have to have clips of this on the thing to show what we're talking about.
Like, no, but like, like the... Like, you know how like what Windows has like default wallpapers?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Like, look at that. That would be your default wallpaper on Windows.
No,
like, if you were
beach or some shit,
like
some grassy landscape.
Yeah, but like just stuff like that is what you would see from like Windows. What the fuck is you watching?
I'm watching Speed. Stop his lean addiction.
Oh my god.
I love lean. Seeing that dude rage is the best thing I've ever.
Oh no.
He gets so mad for no reason. Why the fuck my Daredevil copy got veins?
You trying to talk about anything?
Yeah, Uncharted.
Uncharted, the newest Uncharted movie with Mark Wahlberg,
Marky Mark, and discount
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
I will say, seeing it as just a random person who knows nothing about the games. No. Having seen it as a person who hasn't seen the games, it's pretty good. I've heard a lot of
seeing it from someone who's played all the games like a lot, and then seen the movie. I actually really like it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, some people are satisfied, some people aren't.
There's some stupid, unnecessary shit in it, but it's a good fan film, like fan dedicated.
Like the ship sequence, apparently, when they're being carried and everything, was probably one of like the good parts.
It was goofy as fuck, but it was good.
Both.
It was goofy but good. Like, it didn't need to happen, but it fits the goofy shit that Uncharted does sometimes. Like the ending of Uncharted 4, rather than just shoot each other, they have a fucking sword fight.
Well. They're trying to do it old school.
They mixed up pretty much almost all the elements from the games and put them into one movie. It was pretty good. That's all I gotta say about it.
They went from you fucking idiot. They went from like you fucking idiot to like avast you scallywag.
No, that's literally how the line they said to each other was. He's like, "On guard, dickhead."
Yeah.
I still love that Nolan North made a cameo though.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you guys look like hell. He's like, yeah, we just fell out of a cargo plane. Something like that happened to me once, and I was like.
It's that shit.
I saw him sitting there. I was like, "My motherfucker Rick Toffin posted up on the beach."
That's like the crack that makes you laugh, man. It's just a crack right there. That's it. It's nothing else. Just a crack. But holy shit. What about but like besides Uncharted, like overall, what did you think of like the movie? Like just overall.
Pretty good. Like I said, I liked it. It was pretty good.
Anything else?
Passable. It's a passable movie. It's for people like who don't know what Uncharted is. Just watch Uncharted.
Oh, no, I was just asking, like, to talk about.
Well, to talk about?
Yeah, anything else?
What you were talking about earlier with, like your script or this that it's your Bible. That's how I treat Red Dead 2. And I think when I think about that, I think of the Godfather. He never knew how to write a screenplay.
Oh,
And then
Mario
he looked
Puzo.
He bought a book about how to write a screenplay,
yeah,
and it said
dude.
study the Godfather.
Yeah, that was a
That's
funny
whenever I
thing.
says when someone figure out how to write a good, like emotionally invested story, study Red Dead 2.
Like,
Get pre-set up characters that are
no,
already dead,
No.
then make a story.
Not a story, but like a screenplay. Here's the thing: a difference between a story and
I'm
screenplay.
talking about, that's the attitude I keep
Yeah.
towards it. For when you want to study a good story to get emotionally invested into, build off of like Red Dead 1. All the characters that are in Red Dead 2 are already dead by Red Dead 1.
Yeah.
They've already been killed, so you already have that mindset about them. So you're
Doesn't
starting off with that. You already hate them.
Red Dead 2 like take place in
It's
like
before Red Dead 1.
okay, so you already know who they are and everything. So
You
you're
already
like,
know everyone's fate. You already know who dies, who does this.
Mhm.
You already know who they turn out to be. So you can watch them begin their start of good.
Or like
Dutch, he starts
you
off
watch-
great. He's like
so it's like a slow burn kind of thing.
and he gets it's like a slow. It's not known if he gets a head injury or if he just slowly turns evil. But he slowly starts chipping away at the gang,
Yeah.
listening to the rat of the gang.
Yeah.
Then he causes the death of fucking others, and then all this that.
Yeah, but like that's the thing, you know. That's
The game slowly gets torn. It slowly gets torn apart over like a 30-something hour game.
yeah.
It takes so long, but it's so good.
It was funny to like see that because Mario Puzo, the writer of The Godfather, back around 1968, I think that it was the release, had never had any experience of writing a screenplay, despite making the screenplay for The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2. And after winning 2 Oscar wins, or after winning 2 awards for best screenplay, he thought it was time to study how to make them, because maybe he could already make them even better than he already did. And the
Study
first
Godfather.
chapter said "Study the
Godfather.
Godfather," and I was like,
My Godfather?
"Happy
Godfather
accidents."
2?
Oh, yeah, he's like,
Sorry,
"Hey."
Peter, you're too weak.
He's like, "I'd like to talk to you about something." He's like, "Oh my God,
I
he
will
wants me to have." He's like, "He wants me to have sex with Bonnie." Now, don't let him talk to you. He's like, "Now, just let him talk to you into it. Don't go off excited."
Oh my God, I would absolutely have sex with Bonnie.
He's like,
Sorry, Peter,
Yeah.
you're too weak.
He's like, "I will absolutely have sex with Bonnie." Sorry, Peter, you're too eager. He's like, "I was just wanting to invite you here for my daughter's christening."
Aw.
He's like, "Oh, but not just that. I wanted you to be the godfather."
Godfather?
Godfather? Yeah, you're my best friend, and I'd like you to be my daughter's godfather too. Godfather too? You're really warming up to this, aren't you? He's like, "Let's go talk about this in my poorly lit den." And he's like,
When do we get it done?
he's like, "So about this offer, Peter, what are you doing? When did we get it done?" "Sorry, Louis." What? He's like, "Part about being a godfather is about slamming the door on your daughter's Oh my God! He's like, "It's part about being a godfather, slamming the door on your wife's face while she wonders what's going on the other side."
He's
You see that?
I was a swinging door.
That episode was funny. He said, "What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What are you doing?"
I went to catch it and it fucking hit the wall.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
I had something in mind. Give me a minute. Talk about something useless for a minute.
Useless.
I don't know. Talk about new releases or something like that. I gotta get my thoughts together.
New releases? What new releases are there? We already talked about most
Kenobi,
of the releases.
Moon Knight. We didn't really go into Moon Knight. I just mentioned it.
And what is there to go on about Moon Knight?
Give your thoughts on Moon Knight.
You
What
see-
do you think it's gonna be like?
Terrible.
I know it's gonna terrible.
You've seen how
based
the
on
other
every other-
series have
yeah.
gone.
Yeah, but this one looks different because it's gonna have a horror-based element. And they have a different direction cast on it. It's gonna do different. I don't know what's. It's probably gonna be shit. But I have to go
Okay,
with the better
okay. I will
thought.
say this: as soon as I was waiting for like you know like that Nuvi thing that plays before movies start.
Yeah.
There's like I saw that one guy Matt Ramos. I was like, oh, that's the guy who screams like crazy when he reacts to movies. I hate that so much. I hate it so fucking much when people react to movies. Like, what the fuck, man? Calm down. Watch. I'm gonna show you exactly how they react. I'm gonna record myself and I'm gonna be like, this is how people react to when they're reacting to like movies.
When you have you ever had when you
Watch. They're like this.
when oop oop.
Like they're like this. Like they're all no for real. Like just sit right here. Watch. We're gonna reenact exactly what someone would be like if they were to watch a trailer.
I'm gonna sit like a young boy fan.
Like they're like this. They're all like some. Yo, oh my God, what was that?
Oh my God.
And then they're just like,
No, holy shit.
yeah,
But you were
Holy
doing that
shit.
in the initial big car racing.
dude, that was crazy as fuck
Oh
though.
my God.
No.
Oh yeah, but the movie one. Nah.
No, like we're talking. No, stop! God damn it, dude, for real. I'm trying to do this shit right now, but like, look, they'd be all like some. They're like,
Oh.
like, dude, that guy Matt Ramos was watching the Buzz Lightyear trailer. He's like, to infinity and like they just cut it off. He's like, let's go! Like, yo, I'm excited too. Like, it's not like that. Like they were like, yo, let's go! Like, calm down, Jesus Christ.
Like I see that all the audio spiked on the screen.
No, not okay. Oops, it looks like it is, but like, dude, like they'll destroy their entire place like Rick Dalton when he's mad as fuck. Like, dude, calm down, Jesus Christ. Like, calm down. Like, I'm excited too. Just not like that. Here's the thing. I was glad about watching the Batman because we were in a very small booth, and there were mostly adults from like ages like 30 to up. There was an old man sitting next to me. I was like, is he in the right room? But I wasn't even going to worry about that. So all of the crazy shit that was going on, there wasn't like people throwing popcorn or like people throwing the drinks.
When you
or
got
like
to see that shit was
dude,
fucking trash.
that's what it looked like. It looked like you were just
And the
watching.
Batman had shown right before that too, so it was the same movie.
Like, dude, what in the world were you doing? Jesus Christ.
There were no moments in the Batman where I wanted to like get all excited and shit.
I could see people getting excited about this and that,
They're not,
but
like,
why
the level
would
of
you?
popcorn throwing.
Why would you?
Not like Spider-Man returning in Endgame kind of excitement.
Like, dude, like, what are you doing? This isn't an MCU movie. Get the fuck out of here. Like, oh. Like, they left an entire mess. I wish I recorded the entire thing now, because it was terrible. There were, like, drink carriers everywhere. The drinks there. Like, the popcorn all over the seats. Wrappers here and there. Like, I was like, we are so not going to let the janitor come in and clean all this shit up.
A lot of this shit.
We went and picked up everything we could. So all he had to do was just come in, sweep up the popcorn, mop up the soda that was just dropped in the middle of the theater, and move out. And he thanked us for it too. I was like, you don't need to thank us, but like, dude, like,
chill as hell.
Yeah, he was chill about it. Like, damn, like, dude, you go into work like that every day? Man. What the fuck kind of job you got? People is messed up for that shit. Did you ever even find out what you were going to talk about?
What? I was thinking. I don't think movies should have to be 4 hours long to get a message across or a point across. I get you have to draw your things out to make them happen on their own. Got to give them their own pace. But movies shouldn't have to be, even games shouldn't have to be ridiculously long.
Well, games are like...
I know games have more content, but like, if you're trying to get your story across, I wish they'd be able to do it without making it ridiculously fucking long, like a 40-hour game, where I'm just not going to complete it. It took me 2 months to finish Red Dead 2, just how fucking long the game is. There's just too much shit in it.
How many hours is it?
I don't remember. It took me 2 months to finish it.
It only took me like a week to finish GTA 5. And here's the thing.
GTA 5 isn't long.
Well, no, it's like a 30-hour game, but like
yeah,
still,
but
like
still, that's like the main storyline is just like
everything else was not that difficult to complete either.
Red Dead
still.
2 is long. There's a lot of shit in it. Two characters, to be honest.
Yeah, but like that's the thing in like movies.
Same with Death Stranding. Death Stranding is a fucking long game.
Well, like, here's
it's
the
also
thing,
boring
as
shit though. So.
Some movies get dragged out just because they wouldn't want to make like a part 2 or stuff like that.
And that's why there should be sequels for when the movie needs a continuation, because it's either too long
or
it's
the thing,
too much to. When there's too much to cram into one movie, then you make a sequel.
No, dude. Sometimes it doesn't work like that.
I'm saying that's how it needs to be when there's too if you're having too much to the point where it's a 4-hour runtime, there's too much in your movie. You need to break it up.
It shouldn't though. Like
I'm not gonna watch 4 hours is my max limit. If movies get longer than 4 hours, I'm not gonna watch.
I don't think I've ever heard of a movie that was longer than that.
No, they're getting. I've never watched a 4-hour long movie until Justice League.
They're not getting.
I'm never gonna watch something longer than 4 hours.
Well, no, they're not getting to that. They're barely getting to that point either.
I'm saying though, like if they keep making them longer and longer, I'm just not going to watch the movies.
Like Clockwork Orange had nearly a 4-hour cut originally.
Yeah.
It wasn't until they forced Kubrick to hire 2 assistant directors to help him clip the movie, and there was like around an entire other movie like right there. It was like an hour and 30. But there's movies like get extended cuts because maybe sometimes theatrical cuts are like not everyone wants to sit around like that long and everything. Something like that. Like The Godfather's like 3 hours long. That's fine. The Batman is 3 hours long. The Godfather Part 2 is 3.5 hours. The Irishman is 3.5 hours. The Justice League is 4 hours. 4 hours long. You have Apocalypse Now, which is 2.5 hours. Then there's Apocalypse Now Redux, which is 3.5 hours. And then there's the final cut that came out like 2 or 3 years ago already, and it's only like 3 hours. It's like right there. And what is it? I don't mind movies being nearly 3 hours long or 4, Like if like I like to sit through movies. Like if like say it's like 8 o'clock in like the morning, or 8 o'clock at like the night. Like when I first like when I watched the Justice League for a second time, it was around 6 I think, and my parents and everybody else from home was gone. So I was like, I got nothing else to do. So let me just sit down and watch this movie, and it was around 10 when I finished it. I mean, I had that prediction that I was going to finish it around that time, so I did. I went and did the rest of my things that I would have to do, and I went to sleep, and that was the end of it. And that was the end of it, That was it. I don't mind movies being that long. What the fuck? But holy shit. Speaking of which, I'm not going to extend this thing anymore. I'm going to leave it right there at an hour and nearly an hour 50. But holy shit, man. I don't ever mind movies like that.
I need more
N-word.
I said more. I need more post-apocalyptic movies. Not the common trope of like after nuclear warfare or after extinction.
Speaking of which, you know what's supposed to get a sequel?
Of what?
No, but like, can you guess what post-apocalyptic movie is getting a sequel?
Doom. Mad Max. I don't know. I don't care.
I Am Legend.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I showed Noah that during the theater.
Starring
Will
with
Smith
Michael
and
B.
Michael B.
Jordan and Will Smith.
Yeah, and it's going to take
Look
place
like,
with the alternate ending in the movie where Will Smith lives.
Like a Will Smith.
But, like, I like the storytelling of Fallout and the environment and the world it's built in. And Metro...
Oh, yeah, dude.
Metro's like one fucking color palette, though. I love Metro, but it's all one color palette. It's black, gray, and white.
What'd you think about the Nope trailer?
The Nope? That's fucking weird.
It's Jordan Peele's next movie.
So of course it's gonna be weird.
Well, it's not that it's weird, but like it's like an invasion movie this time.
Yeah,
it's like aliens.
The way the trailer just portrayed weird. It has with little green men and shit like that. But like, I absolutely love the post-apocalyptic world that Fallout is built in. But I am getting tired of the trope.
Seeing stuff like that. It happens all the time.
I know Fallout is all supposed to be the same world because it's in a nuclear war. But I am absolutely tired of seeing other like media do that shit.
It's like horror movies.
Because they all do it the same.
It's like horror movies making movies about like fighting against the devil or this and that.
What happened to like this? Like that's why I like Scream. There was no paranormal bit to it. There was no
like some
sheer
movies,
evil.
Like,
it was a dude getting revenge for
something
his mother leaving him because her mother fucked his dad.
It was because of like her dad being beaten by a wet spaghetti noodle and
Scream?
I was kidding. I was about to do the Ford F-150 thing. You ever been beaten by a wet spaghetti noodle because your sister has a twin sister? Because your girlfriend has a twin sister. Dude, earlier today,
and we kept seeing so many Fords.
We saw like 5 Ford F-150s after doing that. You ever kiss your sister in the back of a truck? Well, I bet you that truck
was a Ford
F-150. Buy you a Ford.
Like I'm getting tired of seeing the same tropes. The only one that I enjoy seeing multiple times is the ex-hitman or ex-assassin or ex-government guy gets robbed in the middle of the night, so he has to go up against an all-out war against this Russian mafia. Like the John Wick. I call it the John Wick trope.
I feel like that's like the most generic thing ever, though. That's like the most generic action movie.
But like nobody did it well. John Wick did it well.
Obviously, nobody's gonna do it well.
No, they did it well.
No, nobody's gonna do it
that
well.
Oh, talk about the movie. Nobody doing it well.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
But like, they both did it well. And
yeah,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Marvel does that.
Marvel uses the same. Marvel has been using the same cookie cutter films for the past like 10 years.
You use the same cookie cutter, but you just add a different.
It's the same shape, different characters, different story.
It's a reskin.
It's the reason why I have not been astounded by the last few Marvel films. I didn't like Venom vs. Carnage. I didn't care for it.
No, like we're talking about Marvel Studios, not just Marvel.
I'm talking about general Marvel films.
Because the Venom movies are made by the same person who made Uncharted. You know that, right?
Yes, it's about typical anything licensed by Marvel. I have not been liking. I didn't care for Eternals. I still haven't seen Shang-Chi. I don't want to see Shang-Chi. The only thing recently I did like was No Way Home. Black Widow was decent at best for me. I didn't care too much for Black Widow. Parts of it were cool, but there were some shitty parts of the movie too. Fucking Age of Ultron.
Don't even talk about that.
I liked Age of Ultron, but it was still so fucking boring to most of it.
It was
Ultron
boring.
was cool.
I bet you didn't see that's coming.
Ultron was cool as shit, and it was just.
And it's just boring as
boring.
Fuck.
There's nothing exciting going on. I didn't like most of Endgame. everyone like raves about Endgame being the best team up film for Marvel. No, it's not.
No, it's not, man. It's the worst.
I liked Infinity War better than Endgame. It's like
Infinity War was better than Endgame, and you had that entire WandaVision like arguing shit going on.
Endgame was like it removed all of the stakes that Infinity War had. And I get it, you can't kill off all those characters because you need them. But if they didn't, that would have been perfect time to introduce new characters to the film. Like Shang-Chi, like Eternals, like this, like that.
I hated how they make Shang-Chi...
They could have added that in because the Avengers are dead. They're all gone. Half of them are gone.
I hate how they made Shang-Chi a fucking adult, and even though he's like a teenager in the actual comics.
I hate how they made fucking the Mandarin a joke. An actor. Because Ben Kingsley killed it as Mandarin.
He was like the fake one, though.
He was the fake Mandarin. He killed it like when he was doing the impersonation. He killed it. He was awesome as the Mandarin. Then he's the fucking just a drug addict.
And then the actual fucking Mandarin, dude, that's Guy Pearce, and you're gonna just waste him like that?
They wasted both of them.
I'm done with.
I would have much preferred seeing Ben Kingsley. He's a better Mandarin, like an actual Mandarin.
Yeah, I hate that. But you know,
cookies.
But yeah, man, it sucks just seeing that sometimes. They were complaining about the guy who made that Moonfall movie. I don't know what it's called. But like, dude, they would not leave that guy alone about his movies being terrible and repeating the same things.
All they do is just destroy shit. Like Geostorm. I wonder what's gonna happen with that Suicide Squad game. I wonder if it's gonna be all of the Justice League or just fucking Flash.
Well, they're only gonna... I'd say at best they should just reveal the Flash.
If they're gonna put him as fucking DLC.
What?
DLC pack number 1?
No.
One actor Superman.
That's Rocksteady, man.
What?
That's Rocksteady who's making the game.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
They're the ones who made the Arkham Knight. That's why it's.
I didn't play the Batman games. Well, I don't have a fucking Xbox.
They're the ones who made those games. That's why everybody's excited for it. It's a sequel to like the Arkham games.
I didn't play the Arkham games. I only played Arkham Asylum.
Okay, well,
I played like half of the game. I didn't like them. They performed like shit.
That's the Arkham Asylum. Arkham City is like awesome, man. You need to play it.
I like the voice for Flash though. The voice for Flash is like
what?
Like really, I don't know. Something about it like irks me. It not irks me. Like it makes me like that's a good Flash voice.
Ezra Miller was a good Flash.
Yeah.
Did you get him? Really? Why don't you just mail me the bullet?
That's why I like him.
But like, yeah, the whole thing is. I don't know. It's just overused sometimes.
What, the superhero trope?
Like just like the ideas in general.
Hollywood is out of ideas. Marvel out of it. This that.
Like at least like some of these other people are trying, man. A24 has like good movies, but like they're not noticed by everyone. It's like but honestly, it's gonna be like that. It's better to not be like noticed by everyone. So,
Yo.
What the fuck?
Bro, should buy Shaqs, bro, not those.
He's like, why don't you just buy Shaqs, bro? Like, not those.
I fucking love this video.
It looks like Spacey.
He does look like Spacey.
Dude, Spacey's awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Spacey's fucking amazing.
And a kid diddler.
And I don't know about all that, man. I don't need to know about all that.
Bro, that was true as fuck.
I don't know about all that. I don't need to know about all that. I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now. I don't know what the fuck's been going on with him. But, like, outside of all that, man, he's an amazing fucking actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor, and he played a good villain in Advanced Warfare.
You
That's
like
all I know him for is fucking Advanced Warfare and House of Cards.
Like, and Baby Driver. Bananas. Like, dude, he's in that one movie. He's like, so you want to tell our daughter what you did? He's like, I quit my job and I told my boss to go fuck himself, and then I tried to scam him for $60,000. He's like, your dad seems to think this kind of behavior is acceptable, and your mother seems to think that I'm gonna go around raving like a fucking slave. It's like shit like that. The fucking argument was funny as hell.
Scam him for $60,000.
He's like, I quit my job and I told my boss to fuck himself, and then I tried to scam him for $60,000. The way he did that was so funny, man. It was fucking funny, dude. He's John Doe in Seven, so fucking awesome. Like just like when he reveals himself, he tries to turn himself in. He's like, detective, and they don't hear him. He's like, detective. Dude, and then you see him with like his fingers, like you see him with all like his bloody fingers and bandages wrapped around them because he fucking cut off his fingerprints. He literally cut off like the fingertips, like right there, so his
Yeah.
fingerprints wouldn't be attached to anything, and they wouldn't be able to, like, what is it, like, frame towards anything. And dude, let me tell you, the entire like plan of his in the movie is fucking awesome, man. It's just cool. Like
Bananas.
1 second he's like supposed to be like, oh, you know, there's a crime scene, I'd like to take you because, you know, it's the last death. But dude, the way that just ends up going from like the cops to him having the upper hand in that situation is fucking amazing. The fact that you could just take something like that and just turn it on themselves. That's crazy as hell, man.
One thing I forgot about the upcoming releases here in upcoming and up in April is The Boys season 2. Season 3, sorry, not 2. With a whole new cast of, not new cast, but like new additions to cast that were like announced, like Soldier Boy. God, I fucking hate that Soldier Boy. He's pretty much Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
He's their version of Captain America.
It's Soldier Boy with the hard R.
Yeah, oh my god, it is. Holy fuck. But it's so, I can't. Captain America. There you go. I'm just saying Captain America. Fuck it. I'm not saying Soldier Boy. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the one Stormfront's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she got half her like body wasted by that one kid.
I thought she was dead.
No, she's alive. In the comic, she lived from that.
He.
Mhm.
He was gender
yeah,
swapped.
Yeah, he was he in the comics. He lived from it.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Probably didn't even happen.
no, something like that happened. He got fucked up in the comics.
Mm.
There's a lot of shit that happened in the comics.
Dude,
that
remember
didn't happen in the
when
show.
Freelander just chucked this kid off the rooftop?
Oh yeah, Homelander was like, you can fly.
And he just like pushes
Yeah,
him
he
off,
pushed
and
him
the
off,
kid
he stopped
screams,
moving.
and you just see
Yeah.
him just face palm to the fucking ground. Funny
The
as
Boys
shit
is
ever.
such a good series. I
It's
love
funny.
it.
It's got its dark comedy and everything. You
It's
see,
got a good cast too. I like everybody in the cast, even fucking even the fish.
I'd like to actually talk about that. As
What?
soon as, like, here's the thing. I like how, like, certain things go because Hereditary only has 4 deaths. Okay? 4 deaths. And they scare the living shit out of you. But then there's things like The Boys or Deadpool where there's, like, more than one kill. And there's, like, maybe, like, an entire kill spree and it doesn't kill you. You sometimes laugh at it. Depending on how you edit it, how you do it, what kind of movie this is, what kind of characters are in it, what kind of things go on, it can go differently. Like, what is it? Parasite only has, like, probably, 2 kills, I'd say, at the most? And the one and only one of them actually, like, scares you, and you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? Like, you're it's building up suspense towards you. And that's, like, some kind of strange element. I don't know how to put it. Like, you just manipulate, like, your entire thing in a way. Like, what is it? In, like, I can only think of Hereditary, because it just takes horror, and, like, you know, they put, and, like, Ari Aster, the writer of the movie, like, puts the characters through so much shit. And, like, it's not even things you would be able to predict either. And, like, out of nowhere, the movie just gets so fucking dark after Charlie's death. Like, you remember how she just, like, straight up just got fucking decapitated in the movie? Okay,
I don't remember much of the movie.
okay, well, you remember how the girl was just sticking her head out the window trying to breathe for air, and, like, the dude sees, like, a car, like, a deer?
Oh, you're talking about the fucking
Hereditary.
Oh, it's not Texas Chainsaw.
Like, Hereditary. Like, remember the girl, like, he swerved around trying to not hit the deer, and, like, he's close to, like, one of, like, fucking, like, electric posts, and the girl, like, hits her face right
God
against
damn.
it, and she's, like, fucking decapitated from that. But the way that goes was so, like, it was so fucked up, man. I know if someone who weren't used to watching scary movies would literally scream their fucking head off and be, like, scared to death. Like, they'd be scared to death, man.
Yeah.
Like, when I watched that the first time, I was like, holy shit, man. Like, that just got really fucking dark like that. Or the part when, like, Peter is, like...
Hey,
Peter, like... No, like the character that's played by Alex Wolff, Peter, like, his hand is stuck up. Like, you know something's up because his hand's, like... It looks like his hand's just, like, being controlled. Like, you see his hand like this, and his pinky's, like, pointing the other direction like this. It's like this. And then you see, and then, like, when he's like, and this teacher calls him, he's like, Peter, and you see his face. You don't see anything else yet. You just see the teacher's face and all the other students who are sitting in front of him. You see the looks on their faces, and you know something is not right. And when the camera finally shows him and reveals what's going on with him, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? Like he looks like he's slowly being suffocated because his face is half red, and it looks like he's also having like some kind of like allergic reaction. And the next thing you know, he starts slamming his own face into the desk like twice before he finally snaps back into his senses. He jumps off his seat. He fucking like starts screaming like crazy, and he's so fucking genuinely scared like fucking crazy. Like he wouldn't stop screaming, and the entire scene changes, and he's still like screaming it like up to the point where like the scene just changes. That there is an example of show, not tell.
Yeah.
Okay? That's show, not tell, man. Like, introducing characters is a good other way of, like, show, not tell. Like Matt Reeves did such a good job with making, like, the Batman, like, a fearful kind of character. Or, like, a character that strikes fear into people. Because they introduce him as, like, this. The bat signal goes on, and everyone is scared, and they don't know where he is. Because they think he's on every last fucking shadow. And this was explained really well by the Moist Critical. Obviously, at this point, anybody would have already seen that. And, you know, he's got a point. Like, you know, you're so fucking scared because you don't know what shadow he's going to jump out of. And then when you finally hear his footsteps coming in, like, you know, you've got some kind of intimidation going on. I mean, like, you know something's up. Like this isn't just anybody. You're, like, hearing very slow footsteps just coming at you. And you hear just how booming those boots sound. And you know this dude's not playing around for anything. But it's just like, that's just how you introduce a character, you know? In, like, The Great Gatsby, the way they just speak about him, you don't know what kind of person he is. You don't know what he could do. In the Joker, I don't know, no. Like, the Joker in The Dark Knight, you know? You see him, like, just be introduced, and he's just, like, he looks sarcastic, you know? You don't know what to expect from him. And as soon as he slams that guy's face into the pencil, you're just stuck wondering, what's he gonna do? Because then he has Gamble right at, like, he's sitting on the pool table, and he has a knife pinned to Gamble's face. And you're stuck wondering, what the fuck is he gonna do? And it's really cool just seeing things like that just go off, you know? In, what else? Like, John Wick. Sometimes you know what to expect. You see, but then that's the thing, too. Certain elements are reused over again. There's no problem with that. But then, like, in movies like Scream, like, it's a slasher. A movie like that, like a slasher or a horror movie, is always going to keep you on your feet. You're always, like, you know, something's going to happen here. Something might happen there. Or, oh, I've seen this kind of situation. Maybe this could happen. And that's why Wes's death in the new Scream movie was terrible.
Yeah, it was dumb as fuck, not gonna lie.
Because every now and then he's right around a door, and the fucking music starts to build up, and you're like, holy shit, he's gonna be right there. No. Open the refrigerator door. No. Open your closet door. No. Close the door. No. This. No. It happened like probably 5 to 10.
Classic fake out from the original.
The fake outs. I don't even know how many there were. There was like 5 to 10 of them, and you're just like, what the fuck? And when it does happen, it happened the way you expected it, but it's just like, the rest of the scene just went out the way it should, you know, the character dies and everything, but the build-up to that was just so unnecessary. I felt like it added at least 2 to 5 extra minutes of the movie. It didn't feel that necessary, man. I feel like just things like that are just not good. Building tension. I feel like that's a very bad way to build tension, you know? Like in the hospital scene, that's a bit better, but it still could have been executed a bit better, you know? But anywho,
I think it was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't care too much.
Alright, I'm about to conclude this, though, because it's getting pretty late. I'm already pushing 2 hours and 10. I don't know when I'll release this, but I'll try to work on it as soon as I can. I'm not working on it tonight.
Yeah, put the video clips and shit on. Not tonight.
Yeah, not tonight. But with that being said, have yourselves a good day. Oh, fuck. I hate pressing the space bar. I don't know why I didn't think that would work. Alright, we done.
Alright, now we're done.